Track crews have worked around the clock to remove all the snow from the racing surface. The temperature on the racetrack may be cooling down as Rolling Thunder Gaming gets ready to heat it up at the Michigan International Speedway for the Happy Holidays 200. So grab your favorite beverage and snack. We are about ready to burn it to the ground live next on DRTV.
And we welcome you live to DRTV's live coverage of the Happy Holidays 200 tonight, live from the Michigan International Speedway, the very festive-looking Michigan International Speedway tonight, surrounded by all that nice white fluffy snow out there this evening. We'll have live wall-to-wall coverage here on DRTV. 200 miles around Michigan makes for 100 laps, and it should make for an awfully exciting night here tonight over here at the Rolling Thunder Gaming Camp. We'll be here all week long, the 4-night residency of RTG. It all begins tonight here in the Bare Bones Truck Racing Series, here at the Happy Holidays 200 from Michigan. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Phil LaCasse, along with my broadcast partners, Too Tall Todd Stanton, Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, down in the DRTV control booth. Todd, we have an awesome field of trucks on hand, and it's always great to come over here to RTG for this awesome race.
Always great to be over here at the Rolling Thunder Gaming place here. I mean, they do everything around over here, Phil, besides just racing. So it's always great to come over here and see these guys. They put on one whale of a show each and every time we come over here, and this is going to be no different tonight. Michigan International Speedway. Yes, there's snow on the track tonight, folks. Happy Holidays is the name of the theme here tonight. 200 miles, like Phil said, so it's going to be 100 laps is the distance. So I'm telling you, Phil, from my last stint here at this track, we know the snow's not fluffy.
No, absolutely not fluffy. You do not want to get in that white stuff tonight here on DRTV, and you can see the snow covering all over the place here at the Michigan International Speedway, the beautiful 2-mile D-shaped oval up here in the foothills of Michigan. Down to my broadcast partner in the DRTV control booth, Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton. Rich, 21 trucks on hand. Looks like we're in for a great show. And as always, all the guys over here at RTG, they take real good care of us anytime they have us over.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's always great for us to come over and visit the RTG camp and put on a show for them. And this week is no different with 4 events booked in for the entire week. It's going to be a very long week with RTG, but we're excited. Going to see a lot of season finales here with this group. And this is, their big holiday kickoff that they run every year. Get a bunch of guys out here, have a great time running around this snow-packed Michigan Speedway. So I'm excited. Should be a good field. Just have to see how it works out. Hopefully not too many people get stuck in them snowbanks.
Well, that's one of the many things we'll keep an eye on here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. 21 trucks on hand to take the green flag here tonight in the Happy Holidays 200. Awesome crowd indeed. Looking around the Speedway tonight in practice, it looks like this, Todd, is going to no doubt be a drafting race, seeing guys out there in packs of 2 and sometimes 3 wide racing. A very wide track. It looks like a very fast track tonight here in Michigan.
Yeah, definitely a fast track. I was listening to some of the drivers' in-race communications. They were going 3 and 4 wide, like you said, Phil. I just seen 4 wide here in practice in this happy hour session between David Day and Terry Bombard. These guys were making it 4 wide, and looks like the truck actually sucks up real nice in the draft, right up to the rear bumper, and you can do some slingshot moves at this Michigan International Speedway.
All right, well, they're in the middle of happy hour session right about now, just about 6.5 minutes away from putting these trucks onto the grid tonight that make up this Happy Holidays 200, 100 laps around the Michigan International Speedway. But while we just got a minute here before we put these things onto the grid, let's see if we can't get a word with one of the owners over here at Rolling Thunder Gaming that takes such great care of us, and that being Mr. Terry Bauman. Terry, it's Phil from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I hear you, sir.
Terry, an awesome crowd here tonight. 21 trucks will take part in this race here, this festive, snow-covered Michigan International Speedway. First of all, from all of us here at DRL Network, we want to thank you for having us over here. And, we look forward to the RTG residency. It all starts tonight here at Michigan.
Well, thank you, sir. And first off, I want to thank J-Rock and the Safer Barrier crew for making this track. We've been running it as our Christmas race ever since we made it. And I think we're one of the few leagues that have ever ran it on a broadcast event.
Well, it definitely makes for just a unique, different look here at Michigan. It's such a cool atmosphere. You said the snowbank, just covering everywhere. And, we said it before. We've seen it here last year. And it became a very catchy catchphrase to us, right away. That snow is definitely not fluffy. Really don't want to see that white stuff down there tonight now, do you?
No, if you get in the white stuff, you're in trouble.
Well, Terry, as always, it's great to talk to you. Said we're going to be here all week at RTG. It all kicks off tonight, but tell our viewers, we have so much great stuff coming up this week.
Oh yeah, we got our Christmas race tonight, and then tomorrow night we got our Daytona Speed Freak season finale at Daytona. Then Wednesday we have our Aero 88 season finale at RTR Motor Speedway, and there's 3 champions to be decided that night. And then on Thursday is the Tally Challenge, of course, at Talladega with their season finale. So, yeah, this is an exciting and fun-packed week.
All right. Well, Terry, as always, great to talk to you, and thanks for all you do for the DRL network. And good luck tonight. Give that 69 truck a good ride. Last time we were here to RTG, you put that thing in victory lane, so we'll be cheering you make that 2 in a row.
I'm hoping to, but there's some stiff competition out here, and yeah, you're going to see a lot of 2 and 3 wide racing tonight, and it's going to be a fun race.
All right, well, that's Terry Bauman, one of the owners over here at RTG. Always do a great job every time we go over here. Just always give us a plethora of information at our fingertips. And, Todd, 3.5 minutes from the green flag here, watching these guys in happy hour. Now we see qualifying speeds were in that low 40-second range, but you look at the practice here, times in the mid to high 39-second range. So these guys are going to gain over a second by way of the draft. And it looks like, just by looking at it, drafting racetrack, you definitely do not want to lose that pack tonight.
No, you definitely don't want to lose the pack at all or get any type of damage at this track. It is moderate damage here this evening, so it's a little bit more forgiving, but I'm telling you that white fluffy stuff on the bottom side of the speedway is not very forgiving. If you hit that stuff, it's going to be the end of your night, maybe even the wall. It's got all kinds of jazz in that snowbank. I'm not sure what they threw down in there, but it's definitely not real snow.
Oh, I don't know. It may be real snow. We can ask guys that are from the Michigan area. We can ask J-Rock. We know he's up in that area of the country. Snow sometimes doesn't feel real, but when it's packed in like that, when it snows just like a biscuit up there, it packs in and it gets real heavy. So it may indeed be fluffy snow, Todd. It seems to get frigid, 41 degrees around the Michigan International Speedway tonight, decent air temperature. So that's one of the many pleasant things here tonight. We're not out here at Michigan. There's going to be some grip in this racetrack when it's not so cold. So we look to qualifying speeds up on the board. It was Jeff Zupta taking down the pole tonight, a 40.168, obliterating the outside roll being set tonight by the number 5 David Day, clocked in 40.223. That's almost that's about 2/3 of a tenth better, Todd. That's a smashing lap right there, but that's a very, very fast front row, about 2 minutes away from getting the Happy Holidays 200 under the green flag. But before we do that, let's send it down to the control booth here to Rich to give a shout out and thank all our sponsors for getting us over here to RTG tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, guys. Big hats off to RollingThunderGaming.com, also known to many as RTG. You're looking to get involved in all sorts of different gaming. They got plenty of stuff going on there, not even to mention the multiple leagues running out of the RTG house for NASCAR Racing 2003. So these are the guys hosting the event tonight, and they're pretty much going to be heavily involved. It is most of their stuff the entire week. So hats off to RTG, and if you're looking forward to getting involved, check them out at RollingThunderGaming.com. Also, of course, Michigan International Speedway is your speed. This is where we're at. We're covered in snow, but we're going to get this race underway anyway, because we're racers. Of course, NRT Game Servers, none of this wouldn't be possible without the game servers that we run through NRT Game Servers. Dave over at NRT Game Servers, probably the best in customer service when it comes to this technology. You're looking for your web server, game server, what have you, whether it's NR 2003, Project Cars, set of course, R Factor, you name it, he's got it. He'll take care of you. If you got the racing bug and you need a server, get in touch with Dave. He's the man to be. Of course, none of this would go off over the air to our race fans out there unless DRTV was involved, Sim Racing Television. If you're looking for the best in sim racing broadcast, you found it right here at DRTV. And check us out over at our newest home, DRLnetwork.com. DRLnetwork.com is now the home of DRTV. Lots of exciting things going on. So check us out. You want to get your league live on YouTube, you need to get in touch with us. Back to you guys.
All right, well, we're just about, well, it seems like, Todd, we're getting to the very tail ends of happy hour here. The happy hour session looks to be just about complete. We're about to put this Happy Holidays 200 under the green flag, but for the first time today, I'm going to call out to the YouTube chat box. I want to say hello to all you guys down there able to monitor there tonight, along with the guys up here in the booth with me. You know, look forward to engaging you guys all night long. 100 laps. It will make for a very quick race around here at the Michigan International Speedway. You know, give me your predictions early on. Are we going to see anybody hit that fluffy snow? Are we going to stay clean and away from that tonight? So lots to be determined here on DRTV this evening, a part of a DRL network. And as Rich said, head over to the website, drlnetwork.com. Check out all the awesome stuff we have going on over there, racing, gaming, you name it. We got so much stuff going on. Check out the broadcast schedule, so much great stuff, like this 4-night residency over here at RTG this week. Cannot wait to get this whole week of festivities underway as we are here tonight. A festive atmosphere at Michigan, the Happy Holidays 200. Just thrilled to be over here. Thanks again to all the guys at RTG for all the help they are to us. They just take such great, the hospitality over here. The racing is first class. Check them out, rollingthundergaming.com. A great place to come race. So many awesome things going on. There's great folks over here that we're just thrilled to work with every time we come over here. But meanwhile, Todd, we're about to get this Happy Holidays 200 under the green flag conditions. The trucks are getting set on the grid. We're just a couple seconds away from firing the engine. So let's just jump straight into the starting lineup.
And now your starting lineup for the Happy Holidays 200 from Rolling Thunder Gaming. Starting on the pole, driver out of Edgewater, Florida, driving a Chevy Silverado 911 Tribute. That's Jeff Zupta. And his dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 5, Too Slow Graphics Fox Sports, sponsored Dodge out of Sherwood, Oregon. That's Mr. Excitement, David Day.
Rolling off of inside row number 2 will be the driver of 015. That's the RTG Racing Chevrolet for Florida's own Sean Prime. And on the outside of row number 2, in truck number 6 from Clyde, New York, the Freightliner Too Slow Graphics Ford, it's Zach Freemow.
Starting in that fifth starting position, driver out of Taylorsville, North Carolina, driving the Chevy Silverado Skull Bandit as the call goes down to start the engines. That's a driver of the number 33, that's Tony Fox. And his dancing partner to the outside, driving the Mountain Dew Throwback Cadillac out of Birchville, Michigan, that's Terry Bauman.
Rolling off from the 7th position tonight will be truck number 20 from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the Patron Tequila Chevrolet. That's Wiley Cody. And on the outside in the 110 from Bear, Vermont, in the Jim Salad Company Ford, that's Dennis Chambers.
Starting next row back in that 9th starting position, that's the number 80, that's Jeff Crivello, and his dancing partner to the outside, that's 115 of Sean Lockyer.
Rolling off from position number 11 tonight will be truck number 14 from New Brighton, Pennsylvania, the Window Wax Chevrolet, that's Brian Hogue, and to his outside in the number 10 from Willimantic, Connecticut, that's Terry Bombard aboard the Bah Humbug Ford.
Out of Rochester, New York, next row back, Brian Orto driving the number 71 and his dancing partner out to the outside, driving the number 18, David Lawson.
15th starter tonight will be the 7 of Cy Jones, and on the outside in the number 39 from Indianapolis, Indiana, the Caterpillar Chevrolet, that's Josh Metallic.
Next row back out of Hueytown, Alabama, driving the number 21, that's Steve Looney, and outside of him, driving the number 17, that's Jason Shack.
Rolling off tonight from deep in the field will be the driver of car number 77 from Stevens City, Virginia, the Net 10 Otterbox Toyota. That's the Nature Boy, Donnie Garrett. On the outside, the 078, Jeff Groover. And rounding out the field, the 103, that'll be Carson Krenz. The green flag is in the air. The Happy Holidays 200 is underway and marching into turn 1.
As they're marching down into turn 1, nobody has a distinct advantage coming into one. Zupka on the bottom side. David Day was working over the top side. Now Zupka on the bottom. He's going to take over that top spot, following closely by the 015 of Sean Prime. David Day falls back to 3rd.
David Day right there in that 3rd spot. Zach Freemow in the 6th will drop to that 4th position. Now a race for the lead as they hit turn number 3 for the first time. Jeff Zupta up high. Here comes Mr. Excitement, David Day, to the low side with Sean Prime pushing him up to the race lead off of turn 4.
Yellow flag is going to fly out there on the speedway just as things were starting to heat up towards the front of the field. Sean Prime did take over the lead with the number 5 of David Day. He is second Bazooka is right now in that third spot. So yellow flag number 1 here on lap number 2 of 100 here for the Happy Holidays 200.
Yellow flag for the first time tonight, as you said. Just try to get figured out here. Give Rich a couple of minutes here to get screened out with the first DRTV replay of the night. Not exactly sure what transpired out there on the racetrack. Todd, I'm not sure if you got a good look at it. I'm trying to scroll back through and get a glimpse of it, but nonetheless, we're under yellow flag for the first time tonight.
Yeah, we are under the yellow flag for the first time tonight, and I believe that had an incident to do. I think Wiley Cote in the number 20 machine was involved in this one, and I believe he is retired from the event here this evening, so he's going to be the first casualty here of the Happy Holidays 200. That'll be Wiley Cote in that number 20 machine.
All right, well, looks like it's going to be contact on the racetrack. It's going to put the 20 machine back behind the wall tonight, and it looks like he's going to be the first out of the event. He'll finish up in that 21st position. Just waiting for the word down from the DRTV control booth to when we're ready with the first DRTV replay of the night. I believe is cute. Rich is all queued up and ready down there. So, Rich, I'm going to throw it down to you.
I'm hearing some issues with my microphone, so we'll see if we can get through this and do some checks on. Looks like we're going to keep our eyes on the 110 meters. And Wiley Coyote also looks like 110's going to get involved. The 20 on the left rear, the 6 really sideways up into the wall. Sounds like I'm ready up a little bit, so we'll see if we can get that fixed out before we go through this. Kind of everybody, quite a few cars or trucks that stay spinning in the ground and whatnot. Big mess back here on the track. There's back to the back.
All right, so under yellow flag, not sure how much you were able to hear Rich down there, but I hear the microphone just not coming through on Rich's end, so we'll let Rich get that all figured out. But as you see there, the replay look definitely contacting the racetrack. The 110 Janice Chambers involved. The Nature Boy Donnie Garrett also got a piece of that in the 77, amongst many others. Look like Terry Bauman's back there as well. So multiple guys there will be included in this event, but it looks like the first retiree tonight will be the number 20, Wiley Cote, in the number 20. We'll see if we can't make him, as they requested over here RTG tonight, the interview of shame, the first driver out of the event. So let's see if we can't talk to the driver of the number 20 machine. We'll see if we can't get him squared away here. There we go. Wiley, it's Phil from DRTV up in the booth. You have a copy?
We got you.
Wiley, contact on the racetrack. Looks like damage to that truck much too severe for you to continue. Sorry about your luck there tonight, partner. What happened out there?
Oh, I think the motor was starting to go, but I ended up losing a bunch of speed, and 14 couldn't stay off the backside of me.
Now, what's the track conditions like out there? You know, temperatures are definitely down. Maybe not as much grip in the racetrack as we're all accustomed to out there with those snowy conditions. Are the trucks handling well out there? Are they sticking to the racetrack all right, or is it just going to slide around a little bit?
Well, the first couple laps takes time to warm. And race every Monday night. We had some great races actually at Michigan a couple weeks ago, Daytona, and even some of the tracks, the Rock and Martinsville. They all come around, and they're a great bunch of races and race all styles of track, and got a good group of guys.
Well, I couldn't echo that anymore. Well, Wiley, you know, they requested us to do this to you tonight. The interview with Shane over here at RTG, first driver to the event. You know, it's tough to see you be the first one. You know, one of the guys put it's all the hard work here behind the scenes, but we hope you'll stick around and for this rest of the event and check out the DRTV broadcast. And we just want to thank you again for a couple of words, and we'll catch you here again real soon.
Well, thank you very much, and I want to thank RTG and RTR for putting on all this show and putting the work that goes on behind the scenes. They do a heck of a job, and you guys too that do all this work lining this up. Thank you very much.
Well, it's our pleasure, Wiley. That's the driver of a number 20, Todd. Wiley Coding, unfortunately, looks like the first casualty of the night. Contact on the racetrack, a multiple truck incident. You know, one of those many things here at Michigan we have to watch tonight. The temperatures are down. He thinks they're going to adhere to the racetrack real well, and we're going to see a lot of good side-by-side racing here before the night is out. And if I know Wiley, I think he's right.
Yeah, I think there'll be quite a bit of side-by-side racing, especially with these cooler temperatures. It makes it a lot faster out there on the speedway here this evening. 41 degrees out there at the Michigan International Speedway. Quite a different feeling when you're at 41 degrees trying to get some heat built up into those tires, Phil. So I know the pace lights are atop that pace fan. We're going down the back straightaway right now. Your current race leader is Sean Prime in that 015 machine. Jeff Zupka sitting in that second spot. In that number 11, third should be Sean Lockyer. Fourth, 14 of Brian Hogue. Fifth is the 71 of Brian Ordo. Sixth is the 21 of Steve Looney. Seventh, the 5 of David Day. Eighth is the number 6 of Zach Freemau. Ninth is the 77 of Donnie Garrett, and rounding out your top 10 right now is the 103 of Carson Krinsfield. So they're getting ready to go back to green flag here momentarily.
Yeah, we're going to await the arrival of the DRTV pace fan to come to pit road here. Lights are out. We're ready to put the Happy Holidays 200 back under the green flag. Sean Prime, Jeff Zupta will be your front row here on the restart. Sean Lockyer, Brian Hogue look like they'll make up row number 2. Pace fan is in, awaiting for the green flag. Green flag in the air. Sean Prime's going to be the first one up the gearbox on the inside line, and he's going to pull that train of the inside line, Todd, first into turn 1.
Yeah, Sean Prime on the bottom side. Jeff Zupka stuck up on the top side. It looks like the number 115 of Sean Lockyer now working with the number 015 of Sean Prime down there on the bottom side. Looks like Zupka in that number 11 machine is stuck up on the high side, but he's going to battle back. But Sean Lockyer trying to slide up in front of Zupka. He's going to do so. He's going to follow suit right behind the 015 of Sean Prime.
Yeah, he sure is, but Brian Ordo's there. That first truck on the low side, the number 71, he was able to bring that thing up to the third position, and now he's going to turn the assault there to march for the second spot, side by side with the 115 of Sean Lockyer. Give it to Ordo at the line, but here comes an outside line. Then marching back up as they exit turn 4.
Yeah, they're marching back up, but David Day starting in that 7th starting position. Mr. Excitement on the bottom side trying to help the number 71 of Ordo try to get around the 015 of Sean Prime. Prime still maintaining the lead there momentarily, but they're still fighting side by side. Dogfight coming out of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. Looks like Ordo's alongside of the 015 of Sean Prime is still going down the back straightaway, so they're still side by side, Phil.
Side by side for the race lead. Looks like Brian Ordo's going to sneak to 71 out into the lead as they hit turns number 3 and 4. That's going to allow David Day from Oregon, that number 5 Dodge Ram on the low side. Looks like he'll complete the pass for the second spot off the exit of turn 4. That's going to make the race now for third between Sean Prime up high. Jeff Zupka down on the 11. There was contact there down the front stretch.
Yeah, I was going to say, Phil, it looked like there was some door checking there going down the front straightaway. Sean Prime's going to get the worst end of that. Zupka sitting on the bottom side now, trying to get around the number 5 of David Day. David Day running on the high side, coming down the back straightaway. Zupka in that number 11 machine trying to work over the bottom side, but Sean Prime helping David Day out on the top side. Now Day tries to make a challenge for the lead on the outside of Ordo.
Yeah, David Day trying to get up there, but looks like Brian Ordo's going to slam the door shut. Maybe a little bit of contact for number 5 with the outside wall. That's going to allow the 71 to escape into the race lead, but now here comes that inside line. Jeff Zupta's down there with the 11. Stacked up, Zach Freemau also down there in that number 6. They're going to be too wide for second on back off of turn 2.
Yeah, Brian Ordo looking in his rearview mirror, and he's got a mirror full of all kinds of challengers behind him. The number 5 of David Day still working in that second spot. The 11 of Zupka working on the bottom side. The 015 of Sean Prime stuck there on the top side right now in the midst of a battle for that third and fourth position. Here comes Zach Freemau down to the inside of Prime. That's a battle for the 4th spot.
Good racing up near the front of the field, all chasing Brian Ordo in that number 71. David Day and Jeff Zupta have a great run for that second spot going on. Just behind them, Sean Prime, Zach Freemau, Sean Lockyer's there, Brian Hogue, and now here comes a race for the lead. David Day to the inside, Todd, as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, David Day, as he coming out of turn 2, he did a slide job maneuver on the number 71 of Brian Ordo, but Brian Ordo says not so fast down the back straightaway. He comes back down to the bottom side. He didn't want David Day to lead that lap. Here comes Ordo. Day drifts way up the track, almost to the outside wall there. Real distinct groove for the number 5 of David Day. It looks like he's dropping through the field, so a costly mistake through 3 and 4 is going to put David Day right around the 7th position coming out of that, Phil.
Yeah, he was up in that high lane, up near the wall, that third groove up there off the exit of turn 4. That allowed much of the inside line to just take suit and follow right on by. Brian Ordo now under fire from Jeff Zupta for the race lead. Looks like the 11's going to make that pass off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. They're going to drag race Todd now into turn 3.
Yeah, Brian Ordo's just not going away on the top side in that number 71 machine. He's got help from the number 6 of Zach Freemel Prime down there on the bottom side trying to help out Zupka in that number 11 machine. So they're still side by side coming out of 4, Phil. I don't know which line's going to give here. These guys drafting real well down the front straightaway together.
Well, Todd, just looking up and down through the field, they are too wide through basically the 18th position all the way back to 9 rows deep, about 2 wide. You know, it almost looks like we're at a restrictor plate track like a Daytona or a Talladega, side by side all over these High Bank, Michigan 2-mile speedway, making for some awesome racing here tonight for DRTV here at Michigan, over here at RTG, the Happy Holidays 200, working lap number 12. The field is in turn number 3. Brian Ordo, as Todd said, will not go away on that outside line. Jeff Zoop did the first truck in that low side in that blue and white. Number 11 looks like he'll peek and nose out for the race lead. Third row on back, Mr. Excitement David Day. He made a high-low switch move, went to the low side. Now back as they hit turn 1, Todd, up to the high side.
Yeah, David Day's not sure where his truck handles the best, and now he's going to drift up the track a little bit. That might cost him there through the corner. He's going to slam the door shut back on the 115. I believe that's Sean Lockyer in that 115, but David Day trying to motor on the high side with that number 5 machine. Jeff Zupka on the bottom side still fighting with the number 71 of Brian Ordo. Ordo's just not going away, Phil, and he's got a pretty good groove, and he's got a pretty good drafting partner in the form of Zach Freeman on that number 6 machine.
Yeah, but it looks like Zach may lose a little bit of his help as David Day has brought the 5 down into the low side. That's going to allow Zupta to get along for the race lead. Sean Prime down there, second truck on the inside. Looks like he'll follow suit for that second spot. And now here comes the 015. Sean Prime, the RTG Motorsports machine. He'll look for the race lead on the low side off of turn 2.
And that patented maneuver of Sean Prime going to slide up the track out of 2, and he's going to take over the lead from the 71 of Brian Ordo. David Day tried to follow suit. It was the 11, of Zupka, who had the lead, but Brian Ordo right there in tow with Zupka. But the number 5 of David Day on the bottom side trying to work over the number 11 machine.
So they're side by side for that 4th spot. Brian Ordo's in that high lane. Brian Hoke, the number 14, stuck all by himself on that low side. That's going to allow Zach Freeman to charge up for that 5th spot. They're going to battle now for the race lead as they exit turn 2. Here comes Zupta down low. He's under Sean Prime.
Yeah, Zupta down on the bottom side of the 015 of Sean Prime. Down the back straightaway, they're still fighting side by side. David Day's not sure where to go. The 71 of Brian Ordo on the bottom side. Zach Freeman still in that 5th spot. Brian Hope, we haven't talked much about him. He's in 6th right now in that number 14 machine, having a good run.
Yeah, he's had a great run, going through the low side, now up to the top side, 4th truck in line. Up on the outside, that window wax machine, that Dodge Ram up there, the 14. Brian Hogue currently 6th position last time around, all chasing the race leaders, that being Sean Prime last time by, but a frantic battle for that 2nd position. Jeff Zupta in the low side, David Day in that high side. He's got Zach Freeman all over him in the number 6. Brian Ordo there is going to run out your top 5. Brian Hogue, Sean Lockyer, the Nature Boy, Donnie Garrett, Steve Looney, Terry Bauman. That is your top 10. Working lap number 16. It's a 100-lap main event here tonight. The Happy Holidays 200 at the very festive, snow-covered Michigan International Speedway. An awesome event put on by the Rolling Thunder Gaming Group. We will say, I know about every winner. It's our 2nd trip over here for this awesome Happy Holidays race. And so far, so good for our race leader, Sean Prime, Todd. He's pacing the field, running that high line through turns number 1 and 2.
Yeah, then it comes down to the bottom side in that 015 machine. He's working, it looks like he's working both lanes as he's coming down the back straightaway, though. He comes right back up to the high lane, kind of helping David Day out, but Zupta in that number 11 machine is trying to work on the bottom side. David Day has no help up there, but he's been able to keep up with those guys in that number 11 and Zach Freeman. Freeman now makes a challenge. He moves into third. Now he's going to help with David Day. Day almost tries to make it 3 wide down the front straightaway, but now thinks better of it. Settles in behind the number 6 is Zach Freeman. Now they're going to mount a charge on Zupta.
Yeah, they're going to look for the race lead entering turns number 1 and 2. Zupta up to the high lane. That's going to move him back to that third spot. Put that low side, Zach Freeman, David Day in that low side, trying to make that mount charge for the race lead. It's still being led by Sean Prime. He looks very, very stout, Todd. Able to run the low side fast, able to really run the outside line, looks extremely fast. You know, almost reminds me of like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. many years ago at Daytona. You know, this looks like the Pied Piper. Nobody sees me pull up to the rear bumper of that 015 as they exit these corners.
Yeah, talking to Sean Prime earlier, driver of that 015 machine, he has not raced in quite some time, Phil, and it doesn't look like he's lost any bit of steps here in that 015 machine, dominating this race early on in the going, Pied Pipering, as you would say. Zach Freeman finally pulls up to the rear bumper of the 015 of Sean Prime, but he's not able to do anything through corners 1 and 2, maybe down the back straightaway, but he's still in line, in lockstep with the 015 of Sean Prime. David Day right there in the tire tracks also.
Yeah, that top 4 is single file. The race looks to be for that 5th position on back. Jeff Zupta trying to pull the outside line. He's going to bear a full of the 115 of Sean Lockyer. He was able to pull that Chevrolet to the low side, but now he'll fall back in line. So from 2 wide racing all over the Michigan International Speedway, now to basically single file racing throughout the top 10. Still all chasing race leader Sean Prime as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, David Day now falling back into the clutches of that 4th spot by the number 71 of Brian Ortle. There's a fight for that 3rd spot. They are side by side down the back straightaway. 3 wide. Here comes Zupta in that number 11 machine. He's on the extreme bottom. Puts the number 71 in the middle of the track. What a move there for the number 11 machine. I've been in some of the moves, Phil, and when you're in the middle of any track, you just don't want to be there.
No, I did not envy the 71 of Brian Ortle right there, being stuck in that sucker hole, as you would say, at these high rates of speed. And these guys really putting on a show here through the first 20 laps here at Michigan. Sean Prime, your race leader, Zach Freeman, David Day. The race has been for that 4th spot. Now being held by Jeff Zupta. Sean Lockyer looks like he's going to settle in to position number 5 in the 115. The race now is for that 6th spot between Brian Hogue and the 71 of Brian Ortle. Brian down to the low side in that 71. He's going to look for the spot exiting turn 4.
Yeah, the Brian and Brian show there with the 71 of Brian Ortle and the 14 of Brian Hogue. They're still side by side down the front straightaway, Phil. But here comes Ortle. He's on the bottom side. Looks like another truck into the fight. That's the 103 of Carson Krenz. Krenz started deep in the field, starting to make his way up through the field.
Yeah, mister, where did he come from? That 103 of Carson Krenz trying to make his assault through the top 10 was currently shown in that 8th spot last time by, trying to spit up that Brian and Brian show there in that race for that 6th spot. But meanwhile, back amongst the ranks of the top 3, Jeff Zupta has been able to work his way around the number 5 machine of David Day. Looks like the 11 is going to run in that 3rd spot as they come off the turn number 4, hit the start finish line 23 of the 100 laps, so go up on the board this time by. It is Sean Prime, Zach Freeman, Jeff Zupta, David Day. Sean Lockyer is currently in that 5th spot. Brian Ortle, Carson Krenz, Josh Batalik, Brian Hogue, Tony Fox. That's your top 10. The Nature Boy Donnie Garrett's 11th. Terry Bombard is 12th. Jeff Gruber 13th. Terry Bauman is 14th. Steve Looney currently 15th. Dennis Chambers 16th. Jeff Crivello is 17th. Jason Scheck is 18th. Cyber Jones, the number 7, the last truck on the lead lap, 19th. 1 lap down. David Lawson in the 18, currently in the 20th spot. Wiley Cody, he'll be the first one on the event tonight. The number 20 finishing up that 21st spot. That is your quarter-way recap, full field rundown brought to you by the DRL Network. Check us out, the DRLnetwork.com website. All new, freshly rebuilt, awesome, great design on there. And a great race for second, Todd, exiting turn number 2. Jeff Zupta looked like he was able to claim that spot about a lap ago, but here comes Zach Freeman on that low side. Now he's going to look for the race lead as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, Freeman back to the bottom side. He's got help from Mr. Excitement, David Day. They're working side by side with the number 11, Zupta, in that number 11 machine. He's still trying to fight back with the number 5 of David Day. Another question arises, Phil. We had yellow flag on lap number 2, and now we're coming up on lap number 25, lap 25 at the line. the pit window is 23 to 25 laps, we should start seeing green flag pit stops here momentarily.
Yeah, and one of those things that'll come into play now, Todd, you know, by the looks of it, I'm not sure if we have the punt cam at the ready here tonight. Is Rich has been battling a whole bunch of demons all day long. You know, we heard the mic part on his end. He's been frankly working on that for the last little while. But we're going to have to keep our eye to pit road as things happen here off of turn number 4. You know, as we've talked about many times, Todd, that fluffy snow can claim somebody as we have contact on the racetrack. Yellow flag off turn number 4. Pirouetting, flipping race trucks. Looks like the 115. Sean Lockyer just did a couple of barrel rolls. It's going to make for a wild replay for Rich down there in the DRTV control booth. But it was some awesome racing now working lap number 26. You know, 26 laps in, Todd, we had some really, really great racing and a wild incident there to bring out caution flag number 2.
Yeah, yellow flag number 2. What an incident there. Only got to see a little bit of that incident. I seen some of the guys flipping, but the number 6 of Zach Fremont is your current race leader as he got back to the line before the 015 of Sean Prime. David Day running in that 3rd spot. Josh Metallic, he's moved his way up to 4th. Josh Metallic we haven't heard much about him, but he made it through that wreck, I believe. In that number 39 machine, Brian Ordo running 5th. 6th, Terry Bombard. 7th to 33 of Tony Fox. The Nature Boy, Donnie Garrett running in that 8th spot. In that number 77, the 078 of Jeff Gruber running 9th. And the 110 and Dennis Chambers running 10th. I believe Zupta in that number 11 machine, he's running in that 11th spot, Phil, but I think he was involved in that wreck also.
Just trying to scroll back to see what may have just transpired there to bring out the yellow flag. It was contact around the 115 of Sean Lockyer. A lot of stuff breaking loose there. A route for that 6th or 7th position on back. Well, let's not ask about it. Let's see exactly what happened. I believe Mr. TV Time Rich Patton is ready in the DRTV control booth. So, Rich, down to you. Think you got all those microphone gremlins all squared away?
Yeah, I'm looking pretty stable on this end right now, guys. Not sure if it was just a TeamSpeak issue or what's going on, but things seem to be leveled out on my end. So let's get back to what we're doing here. So, replay time. So, yes, we're keeping our eye on 115 of Sean Lockyer. It looks Lockyer. Sorry, Sean. Looks like there might have been a little bit of contact by Carson Krenz. Sean might have lifted a little bit. That's going to put Carson Krenz right in his back end. We're going to keep our eyes focused on Sean's truck, though, because Sean does a nice little Christmas dance for us here, I believe. There's one truck up on its side. That's going to be the 14. He's able to stay on his side. But there we go. Sean is now doing barrel rolls right down back towards Carson Krenz. Probably a little bit of payback. Lands right on top of his truck. That's going to do some damage for Carson as well. So tough break both for Sean and Carson. They're both pretty heavily evolved. Quite a few trucks checking up, brake sliding, a lot of smoke going on back here. Doesn't look like anything else really took place other than everybody just scrambling to get out of the way of Sean doing some aerobatic work down the track there, guys. So back up to you.
Yeah, tough and break indeed for all the drivers involved in that incident. Seeing some of these drivers on the front straightaway, I believe that was 18 of David Lawson. He was testing out the snow down there just a little bit, and he just peeked into the side of the snow, got his tires up on it just a little bit as we're under yellow flag, just testing out what kind of gremlins are down in that snow as they're getting ready to come down to pit road. That's Lawson and the 078 of Jeff Groover. They're coming down pit road along with the number 7 machine of Cy Jones. Cy Jones, one of the longtime members here at the Rolling Thunder gaming community here, and Cy Jones just running around in the field here in that number 7 machine, beautifully prepared. Number 7, he always has some fantastic trucks. Sunoco sponsored machine, I believe, is on that number 7 machine. So great truck. As we're watching some of these guys, is I believe we're going to try to catch up with the driver of the number 7 of Cy Jones.
All right, well, let's see if we can't get the number 7 of Cyber Jones squared away here through our TeamSpeak communication. See, Cyber Jones, it's Phil from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
Who's that?
Cy, we're up here in the DRTV control booth with Phil, Rich, and Todd. Good to talk to you again there, my friend, out there in that number 7. What's it been like out there so far behind the wheel of the number 7? Cyber Jones, Phil Lacasse and DRTV. Do you have a copy? All right, well, Demon's there on the Cyber Jones end. You know, I'm not sure if there was communication issues from him. Wasn't hearing the transmission on their end. So Todd will try to reset here. Not sure if the lights are out on the DRTV Pace fan, but I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, looking through the field right now, pace lights still on atop the pace van here around the Michigan International Speedway for the Happy Holidays 200 here at the Rolling Thunder Gaming Clan over here. And fantastic show so far. We've seen 3 and 4 wide. We've seen a lot of side-by-side battling. So we're coming down through here right now after pit stops, seeing a lot of 4-tire pit stops. The 015 of Sean Prime sitting right now in the lead with the number 6 of Zach Fremont. Josh Metallic is running third. Brian Ordo would be fourth. Fifth would be the number 5 of David Day. Sixth would be the 10 of Terry Bombard. Donnie Garrett, Jeff Crivello, Dennis Chambers, and Cy Jones rounds out your top 10 right now. Now it's going to readjust. Tony Fox now 10th in the number 33 machine. Lights out atop the DRTV pace fan. Beautifully prepared DRTV pace fan each and every week. We have to clean that out every time we come out here, Phil. We have to clean that DRTV van after all the parties that we have, and we got a long trek here. 4 races in a row here at the Rolling Thunder Gaming Clan, and I bet you that van's going to be filthy once again, and Rich don't like when it's filthy.
Well, it's going to be like a tour bus, but I think the biggest question we have to our friend Rich down there, I'm going to throw it to him right now. Rich, it's kind of chilly out here in Michigan. Once we get to the nighttime tonight, it's going to be awfully cold. I hope you got the heat changing that thing.
Well, we had to remove some parts to lighten up the vehicle to make it a little bit quicker than these race cars in case we needed to get away. So we don't really have anything in the van for as far as heat. So I feel sorry for whoever's driving that thing tonight. I'm not sure who we put in there. He's probably shivering like an icicle. But it is what it is. And, this is all in preparation to get our Christmas van out there. We're working on our other van that Safer Barrier Projects was able to create for us and paint up. We didn't have it ready, so we've got this one out here. And for the remainder of the week, we will get that Christmas van out here for all of our big van cult following we have. So you guys will get to see the Christmas van tomorrow night and the rest of the week. So keep your eyes open for the next few broadcasts because it's coming. But this one, no heat, guys. We just didn't have time to put it back in.
Well, great news to the pace van driver tonight. Looks like we're going to head to sunny Daytona Beach tomorrow. So we're going to out of this frigid cold of Michigan, and we're going to head off to Daytona Beach tomorrow night. But we still have a long way to go tonight. Almost 30 laps, sitting now 30 laps up on the board. Green flag is up in the air. Sean Prime restart with the race lead, Todd. But look like not sure what happened there. If he missed a shift or maybe something going awry in the gearbox, with the 15 dropped like a stone and they hit turn 1.
Yeah, Sean Prime dropped like a rock through the field here, and I almost think he missed a shift or maybe even spun the tires aboard that 015 machine. Tough break for Sean Prime, now getting back up to speed, so I don't think it's anything in the gearbox itself. Maybe he just missed a shift or spun those tires here at the Michigan International Speedway. And on cold tires, that's something that you can do here, especially when it's 41 degrees out there. It's really easy to spin the tires when you have no heat, Phil.
Well, they got this thing all sorted out, single file back at the front of the field after that stack up. But as Sean was telling us here a little while ago during practice, Todd, he's been under a little layoff here, very, very busy, outside of the RTG world. And how much do you think that maybe some kind of rust maybe on the Sean Prime machine, maybe a factor there, maybe missing a shift behind the wheel at 015? How much did that layoff play a role?
Oh, it's going to play a little bit of a role there, but you can't blame it all on some of that rust though, Phil, because missing a shift it's easy to do. I guess I do it on a weekly basis every once in a while, so it's not hard to do, but you don't expect that kind of number from Sean Prime.
Well, Todd, you say we miss shifts up, and that's why they call us the has been and the never was, and we're very much safer up here in the DRTV control booth. An awesome series this is here on Monday night, seeing you over here at RTG in this truck series. Todd and I have been able to race many races here over the last year, and just an awesome series. Great job as always. These guys at RTG really do take a great job. A lot of pride in this series. Some of the best racing you'll find online. Check them out, rollingthundergaming.com. This is the Happy Holidays 200 from the Michigan International Speedway. Yes, folks, you are not confused. That is a snow-covered Michigan International Speedway here tonight. An awesome atmosphere. The second trip for us over here 2 years in a row now for this great race, and it's being led currently by Zach Fremont in that number 6. But we've had a great battle for the race lead, which seemed to be sorted out. Now the race for second, Todd, exiting turn 2.
Yeah, race for second between the number 39 of Josh Metallic, and I believe that's the number 71 of Brian Ordo. Ordo up on the top side, but Ordo now backing up, and here comes Sean Prime. He's back up through the field with the 015. He must have heard some of the comments here on DRTV, and now he moves up to third. Sean Prime now third, now trying to battle for that second spot with the 39 of Josh Metallic, not going to be able to pull off the pass quite yet down the front straightaway. He brought David Day also with him, and that number 5 machine. Now here comes Sean Prime down to the bottom side by side with Josh Metallic going into 1.
Yeah, the 015, that RTG Chevrolet to the low side to Caterpillar Chevrolet. Josh Metallic up in that high side. Moves Sean now back up into that runner-up spot, position number 2. All chasing the race leader, Zach Freeman, a many-time winner here in the Bare Bones Racing Series here on a Monday night. In that number 6 machine, currently out with the race lead, Sean Prime, Josh Metallic, David Day, and Brian Otto has now found his way back into the top 5. Great run for Terry Bombard, Todd. He's got that high side running. Looks like he's going to battle along for that 71 for that 5th spot.
Yeah, he's on the top side, is Terry Bombard in that number 10 machine, trying to get over 5th, and I believe he's going to do so here as he catches the front of the pack. Must have been a checkup towards the front here in these top 4. Phil was watching that battle for that 5th spot, but there was some sort of checkup as now Sean Prime tries to the high side to try to get around the 6 of Zach Freeman. He's not going to be able to do so as the 39 of Josh Metallic working over the bottom side as Sean Prime right now has no help.
No help on the outside line that can give him that good push up toward the race lead. Sean now going to fall into the clutches of that 4th spot. That's going to allow David Day, the number 5, to sneak on by. Sean's going to try to make that high-low switch there. That second car now on the inside line, but a race for the lead into turn 1. Josh Metallic's got the 39 rolling up high. Zach Freeman is down low. They're going to be side by side at the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, all kinds of momentum on the top side for the number 39 of Josh Metallic. Down the back straightaway, they're still side by side. Imaginary door handle to imaginary door handle. Going into turn number 3. The 39 of Josh Metallic has a slight advantage, but here comes the number 6 of Freeman back to the bottom side.
Back to the bottom side comes Zach Freeman. Exciting racing here once again. We saw much of it there here in the first 30 laps, and they're back to side by side throughout the ranks. Now looks like 15 cars deep, 7 rows back, 2 wide racing now, all chasing the race leader Zach Freeman through turns number 1 and 2. Sean Prime there in that 3rd spot. David Day's got the 5 machine currently into the 3rd spot, but he's got the Josh Metallic 39 alongside. That's the race for 3rd as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, battle between the 71 of Brian Ordo on the bottom side, the 39 of Josh Metallic. They're side by side as news we had coming through as we're hearing the 015 of Sean Prime. The reason why he didn't get a good start is he has no 3rd gear in that 015 machine, but still doing very well in the 015, running in that 2nd spot, but still a battle for that 3rd spot, still heating up with the 71 of Brian Ordo. You've been seeing him on the top side. Now he's working on the bottom side with Josh Metallic fighting side by side for that 3rd spot.
Yeah, great racing there for that 3rd spot there. You said Josh Metallic on the high side, Brian Ordo the 71 on that low side. Here comes Mr. Excitement, David Day, the number 5, up on that high side. Looks like he's going to put Josh up to the 3rd spot. Now the race for 4th between David up high, Brian Ordo down low. Terry Bombard looks to pull the 10 down to the low side. He'll go back to the high side. No dancing partners in the low lane, Todd, off of turn 4.
Yeah, don't look now, but the number 77 to Donnie Garrett's starting to make his way up towards the front, too. He's a crucial player, especially when there's drafting involved in that number 77 machine. But the 71 of Brian Ordo sitting on the bottom side, trying to fight with the number 5 of David Day, trying to take over that 4th spot. Looks like these guys jockeying all over for position. Here comes the 015 of Sean Prime, trying back at the number 6 of Zach Freeman. They're going to be side by side when they come out of 4, Phil.
Yeah, side by side for the race lead. Sean Prime, no 3rd gear, no problem. He's going to get back to that low side, look for the recapture of the race lead off of turn number 4. Looks like he'll be able to complete the pass over the 6 of Zach Freeman. He's got help down low from the 39 of Josh Metallic, the 5 rather, David Day, all there in the low side, but reclaiming the race lead, Todd, is Sean Prime off of turn 2.
Yeah, great move by the 015 of Sean Prime to get around the number 6 of Zach Freeman. The number 39 of Josh Metallic runs in that 2nd spot. Here comes the number 5, Mr. Excitement, David Day, down to the bottom side, trying to get to the bottom, actually trying to fight with the number 6 of Zach Freeman. He's right now behind the 39 of Josh Metallic. Donnie Garrett has worked his way up into that 6th spot in the 77, but here comes Zupta in that number 11 machine. Now he's moved up into the top 5 once again, Phil.
Yeah, he's marched his way back into the top 5, and now is going to look for that 4 spot. Zach Freeman, the 6's drop kick to that high side. Jeff's going to put the 11 to the low side, try to pull alongside for position number 4 off of turn 2. Zach's going to fight back on the 11. He's going to look to reclaim 3rd as they hit the back straightaway.
Hitting the back straightaway. Zupka now working with David Day, trying to get around the number 6 of Zach Freeman. Freeman really not going away on the top side in the number 6 machine. Now Zupka drafting with the number 6 of Freeman. It looks like these guys switching all over the place. Now the 39 of Josh Metallic gets down to the bottom side, trying to get around Prime. Prime slams the door down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Prime shuts the door shut. They're going to put 42 laps of the 100 on the board this time around. The Happy Holidays 200 live here with DRL Network, DRTV live from the Michigan International Speedway. I'd like to thank all the guys out in the YouTube chat box tonight. It's been very, very busy indeed in there, and just seeing some of the chatter through there, Todd. It looks like a lot of guys, they have their credit cards in hand tonight looking to make some purchases. Look like they're looking to go to the DRTV store, Todd, and collect some DVDs. So I'm going to throw you to the floor and let you push those DVD sales.
What a better time than do it than Happy Holidays 200. Fantastic race. If you guys have not got one of our DVDs, we can go to the DRLnetwork.com, go to the DVD orders, and you can get any of the orders in the other pages, and you guys can get some of the DVDs from any of our events that we had, and some of the events that are coming up in the future. We'll have all of them live for the DVDs. Beautiful, beautiful picture on the big screen TV. And what better way to surprise somebody on Christmas is get one of them fantastic DVDs. Also, you can stop by the DRTV store. We got all kinds of different merchandise, ranging from those tumblers to all kinds of different kinds of merchandise. You got hats, you got sweaters, you got t-shirts, you got pretty much everything in the DRTV store. If we can put our name on it, we will sell it.
Well, indeed, no doubt. The DRTV store located at the brand new home of DRTV, DRLnetwork.com. Check out all the awesome stuff we have going on over there. Get your league on DRTV. Check out all the great event package request stuff there. Awesome custom fit packages to fit all your league's needs. DRLnetwork.com is the home. We're here tonight at RTG, the RTG residency. We're going to be here 4 nights this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Live wall flag-to-flag coverage. It's championship week at RTG, kicking off tonight with this festive Happy Holidays 200 here at the Michigan International Speedway. We've had some great racing out to the front of the field, 2 and sometimes 3 wide. Zach Freeman has been now able to reclaim the race lead in the number 6 with Sean Prime, but a great race for 3rd, Todd, off of turn 2 between David Day and the 5 up high, and Jeff Zupta down low in the 11.
Yeah, Zupta has been trying to get down to the bottom side. His yellow flag, number 3, going to fly out there on the speedway. Not sure what happened there. Did not have eyes on that. His yellow flag is going to slow us here with the Happy Holidays 200 and the Rolling Thunder Gaming Group here. And yellow flag, it's going to be Rich is going to have to figure out what went on because, Phil, I didn't see it that time.
I'm trying to scan back through and see, maybe just find out what happened there. I'm not quite coming across it yet onto my screen, but we're working the 3rd yellow flag of the night on lap number 46 and just trying to get word from controls here. It looks like it may be something to do with Tony Fox in the 33. I seen him pulling away rather slowly, so it looks like maybe some contact for the 33 of Tony Fox. I'm not going to spoil that. I think Rich just whispered to me, this one may just indeed be fun, maybe an incident with some fluffy snow possibly, and don't want to give it away, but you know, we call the fluffy snow a Toddism here on DRTV. You know, Todd coined that phrase in this race just a year ago. It's just hard to believe a year has gone by already. We've done so much great stuff here week after week on DRTV. Thank all our partner leagues out there, and so thrilled to be back here at RTG tonight for this Happy Holidays 200, being slowed now by the 3rd yellow flag of the night. The pit road looks to be open this time around, and it looks like, Todd, pit road going to be a very, very hungry place as the entire field looks to be heading to pit way.
Yeah, the entire field is coming down pit road. You got Zach Freeman, Sean Prime, David Day, Zupta in that number 11 machine, Josh Metallic, Carson Krins, Terry Bombard, it looks like. All these guys coming down pit road to the aid of their pit crews, and I'm going to keep track of what's going on pit road, up and down pit road, but Rich has that replay queued up and ready. What happened, Rich? I'm curious, just as well as everybody down there in YouTube land.
Yeah, first we're going to keep our eyes on the 77 of Donnie Garrett. Things are going to change up a little bit as we go through this. Donnie Garrett gets a little bit of contact with the 10 as he bounces off the wall. That's going to send Donnie down towards the infield. He tries to save it. Everything's looking good. He's going to come right back up into the crowd. Does a phenomenal job until he got tagged there. We're going to switch back to Fox. Fox is going to be the one we want to watch next. Keeping our eyes on Tony Fox here. Tony Fox is going to be part of that slam into the back end there and up against the wall. The reason why we're keeping an eye on Fox, because we have a Fox in the snow. He is heading down towards the infield. In the snow he goes, just barely peeking up his head above the snow. All you can see is that white roof and tail fin. I thought that was kind of interesting to have a little bit of Fox out here in the snow in Michigan. So tough break for Tony Fox and everybody else involved. But Tony Fox, first guy out in the middle of the snow tonight. Congratulations, Tony Fox. Back up to you guys.
A fox in the snow. We have a fox in the foxhole here tonight on DRTV, the 33 of Tony Fox involved. That was pretty good, Rich. Just, going back and watching through the replay here, got the chat box up, monitoring it. Just, a little delay here on my end. But, man, just the fox in the foxhole, he definitely did disappear in that snow, didn't he, Todd?
Yeah, he definitely did disappear, Tony Fox. Another Richism created live here on DRTV and the DRL network. And great to always hear what Rich comes up with, Phil. And sometimes we can come up with some good stuff, but Rich always has the one up on us.
Well, Rich, he's not a master of his craft for no reason at all. Bubba's comes out with one to Flores, and Fox in the foxhole. That's a really good one. The Snow Fox, Tony Fox. Well, let's see if we can't get a with the driver of the 33. See if we can't get him screened out here. Just give me a second here. Wrong button. Oh, there we go. Think we got Tony Fox on his way in. Let's see if this will work. Team speak demons here tonight. There we go. Tony Fox, Phil LeCasse of DRTV. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Tony, a wild ride right there. Looks like you were the first one tonight we've seen that's sliding through that snow. How's your truck after that?
Well, getting ready to find out. I think I got a little bit of damage from the accident, but got down in the snow and seemed to got out okay.
Now, the racing looks to be absolutely wild and crazy out there. 2, sometimes 3 wide around the speedway. What's it been like behind the wheel, that number 33?
Well, it's been a little tough in the back. A little pit strategy got to the back, and then, of course, caution came out, so that kind of wiped that out. But overall, seemed pretty good. Just a little tough getting from the back, but we'll just try to see what we got here and try it again.
Well, I can't let you get out of here, Tony. Seeing you go through the snow there, and Rich is calling you the Snow Fox up here in the booth. Just trying to throw one at us here to rattle our cage a little bit. But Todd would just beat me up here if I didn't ask you, what was the snow fluffy?
Well, it's a little deep. It's kind of hard to see, but overall it worked out pretty good.
All right, well, Tony, thanks for playing along with us. We don't get to talk to you guys nearly enough, and especially good to talk to you while we got you up here for one more minute here. The lights are just going out. I'm a DRTV Pace fan. I'm going to give you a second, give you the floor. I want you to give a shout-out to whoever you'd like to that's watching us here on YouTube tonight. Thank your sponsors. The floor is all yours, my friend.
Yeah, I want to thank Terry Bauman for putting this together, and thanks to all the guys that participated in donating. Great lead to race with.
Well, I couldn't echo that anymore. Well, that's Tony Fox, the driver of the number 33. First driver we've seen through the snow here at race speeds, but Todd looks like no worse for the wear. He looks like maybe some damage there in the 33, and maybe he had to get the snow scraper out, get that thing cleaned off, but we'll see if Tony Fox will be a factor. If we know Tony at all, we know he's real clean, real fast, and if he's got anything left out of that truck, he'll no doubt make his way back to the front of the field.
Yeah, Tony Fox, one of the guys that came out of the Challenger Series. The Challenger Series, one of the guys that it's basically like the rookie series or a series that you haven't won a lot over here at Rolling Thunder Gaming. It's not to put anybody down or anything like that, but it's just another great system that they have over here at Rolling Thunder. But he's one of them products out of that series, Phil, and he's been doing outstanding. I've been keeping my eyes on the Rolling Thunder group, and he's been doing an outstanding job winning races here and there. So he came out of that group, and I've never managed to get out of that group, but maybe someday.
I was going to say, Todd, I was looking at the point standings back through the last season. You just call it the Challenger Series, the Rookie Series. I noticed 2 drivers down there about 5th or 6th spot. Would you happen to enlighten us here before the green flag comes out?
One being me and one being you. That's exactly why we're has been and never was, Phil. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing down the front straightaway here, but the pace van just pulled off. Flagger has that green flag in hand. Loud pedal is down. Watch the 015 of Sean Prime as he has no third gear in that 015 machine. He's trying to pull up alongside, and let's see how fast he's going to fall back through without that third gear, or does he got it mastered? No, he's going to fall back. The 39 of Josh Metallic gets around him. The 11 of Zupka gets around him. Prime not going to lose as many spots this time because it wasn't as much of a surprise, but Prime now back to that 4th spot in that 015 machine.
All right, so we're going to frantically rush and hopefully not be eating as they work their way into turn number 3. The first time on this restart, we are halfway home, 50 laps of 100. Up on the board, out for the race lead, it is Zach Freemount aboard the number 6. Josh Metallic is there as well, looking at 2 and 3 wide racing throughout the field. Got my eyes on Mr. Excitement, David Day at the halfway mark. Number 5 almost made it 3 wide in the outside lane. That was racing outside the top 10 as they hit turns number 1 and 2, fanning out all over this 2-mile Michigan International Speedway. 3-groove racetrack tonight, Todd. It's making for some terrific racing here on DRTV this evening. We're all chasing the race leader, Zach Freemount, into turn 3.
Yeah, Freemount has about a 2 trunk length advantage over the number 39 of Josh Metallic, the 015 of Sean Prime running in that 3rd spot. Zupka in that number 11, he is running 4th. Looks like the number 18 of David Lawson now running in that top 5. Now Lawson we haven't talked much about here this evening, but the number 18 up to 5th, Jeff Crivello running in that 6th spot. 7th should be right now is Carson Krins. These guys stay in single file, but as I say that, these guys jumping out of line, Phil, trying different grooves. It looks like the number 39 of Josh Metallic now has closed up the gap on the number 6 of Zach Freemount. Freemount down the back straightaway. Metallic looks like he's going to try to dive low in that number 39 Caterpillar machine. He's going to do so into 3, and off of 4, they're going to be side by side.
Side by side for the race lead. Josh Metallic to the low side. Zach Freemount up high. Josh has help from the 015 of Sean Prime in that low side. He's got that Chevrolet tucked up on the back bumper. Put Josh Metallic for the first time tonight in the race lead aboard the number 39. Sean Prime up to 2nd. The race now is for that race lead. Here comes Sean Prime to the low side.
Josh Metallic as the leader looks to be short-lived as the 015 of Sean Prime now side by side. Imaginary door handle down the back straightaway. They're still side by side. Prime wants that top spot in that 015 machine. The 39 of Josh Metallic still not going away on the top side in that 39 machine. So Prime working on the bottom side, but nobody's giving out of 4. It looks like Metallic going to have the slight advantage with the top side momentum with the number 6 of Freemount pushing them to the start finish line. Slight advantage to the 39 of Metallic.
Yeah, Metallic's going to inch to the race lead on the high side. A great push from the Freemount machine. The number 6 trying to roll around the 15 of Sean Prime. That is 2 wide racing throughout much of the top 10 from first on to about 18th place right now. 19 or the whole top 20 under 3 seconds last time by. So everybody with sort of a touch here with the race lead. Anybody's race from here is we have great race for the race lead. It looks like maybe something happening there. Contact on the racetrack up of turn number 4. Not sure what happened there, Todd. It looks like maybe the 11 maybe get out of shape. What did you see on your end?
Looked like the 11 been bouncing around a little bit. Team Speed Gremlins was striking here with us here, and it looks like some kind of gremlin striking the number 11 machine. Not sure. I'm seeing a little bit of issues there with the number 11 machine. It looks like he may have made contact with that number 18 of David Lawson.
Yeah, if we can borrow a hockey term here, it looked like maybe just a little bit of hip check. You know, we are out here in the snow, Michigan tonight, so I guess the hockey terms, you know, it may just go hand in hand out here with the cold weather. Maybe they could play one of the NHL Winter Classics out here at the Michigan International Speedway around this just awesome-looking snow-covered facility tonight. Just such an awesome job. A big hats off to J-Rock. You know, he does so many great tracks, and this one just came out to be an absolute gem. It's beautiful, just picturesque. You know, the snow around the trees all over the Michigan foothills here, surrounding the speedway, snow-covered infield. Just a cool atmosphere that makes up this Happy Holidays 200 from Michigan tonight for the RTG guys. 4th yellow flag of the night now working lap number 55. Incident on the racetrack, Rich. I'm going to throw it down to you to show us what happened.
Yeah, 10-4, guys. We're going to keep the cameras posted on the 18 of David Lawson, but indeed it was zooped. A little bit of warp there in the number 11. We'll watch this go through. For most of you guys that don't know what this means, you're about to see what happens. That truck just disappeared off of the screen. So basically what happens, he's having a bad connection or something's going on, could be storms or what have you, but his connection lost it. When he came back on, looked like a little bit of tail slapping going on, a little bit of upsetness of the car, wasn't very solid. And that was enough to upset and hit the 18, even though it didn't appear to be. So a lot of times when you guys hear about, cars glitching or bouncing in and out on the track, you just saw what happened. That's going to send the 18 up into the wall. A little bit of warpage, we call it, by the 11, and the 18 pace for that one, guys. Back up to you.
All right, as you say, contact there. Looks like some connection issue there for the 11 of Jeff Zupta. Out into the 18 of David Lawson. Not sure, how much, damage sustained to the 18. Todd, no, he had some damage from an earlier on incident. Tough break for David Lawson. We just talked about him having a great run up amongst the ranks of the top 5, and that white and green Interstate Batteries machine, all tore up, and tough break for David.
Yeah, indeed, tough break for David Lawson aboard that number 18, having a good run there in the top 5, and that number 18 machine still looking around the field, just looking to see what these guys were doing in pit stops, Phil, and it looked like they were most of these guys taking 4 tires down on pit road. I didn't see no 2-tire pit stops that time around, so I was looking up and down through there, and nothing going on besides 4-tire pit stops and Sunoco Racing Fuel, and just topping off their machines. So I haven't seen no other strategies paying off right now.
Well, so many things to keep an eye on here tonight on DRTV. Here we got past the halfway marker, 56 of 100 in, so less than 100 miles to go here in this Happy Holidays 200 here at the Michigan International Speedway tonight. Let's see if we can't get over one of the drivers here under yellow, something we love to do to pass the time for these caution flags. Let's see if we can't get the 39 of Josh Vitalik in here. I haven't talked to Josh here in a little while on DRTV. Josh, it's Phil from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Josh having an awesome ride out there aboard that Caterpillar Chevrolet number 39. What's it been like out there behind the wheel?
It's been tough. I got caught up in that wreck on lap 1. Minor damage, but that last mile an hour down the back stretch, front stretch, you need to make passes isn't there anymore. So I'm having to drive a little more aggressive with the tires than I'd like to. But it's not too bad. There's a chance. So really good racing. It's been a lot of stiff competition out there.
Well, I heard you mention tires, having to run them too hard. I mean, it's 40 degrees out here in Michigan tonight. A little cooler temperatures. How much is tire wear coming into a factor here in these long runs?
The second half of the tire run, it's noticeable. The guys who were kind of taking it easy and the guys who were trying to make some strong moves, it'll wear, and guys will push up, and you'll be able to get runs on them. So tire wear is definitely a factor. It's not the end of the world like it might be on some other tracks, but you definitely have to save a little bit to make moves at the end of a run there.
Now, we get down to the closing laps here. We're seeing 2-wide racing all over Michigan here tonight. What lane do you want to be in to make that winning pass? Can you make that winning move on the high side, or you're going to have to glue that thing all the way down the low side?
I want to be behind I want the front 2, third place, and when they go 2 wide, the guy directly behind them gets sucked like a vacuum, and he'll take it 3 wide and steal the win. So the guys going 2 wide on that last lap are going to pull someone probably around both of them. So you'll definitely see some 3 wide running at the end. There might have been a little bit already. But honestly, I'd rather be in 3rd place on that last lap.
Well, Josh, it's always great to talk to you here up in the booth. And you're giving that 39 quite the great ride out there. A little damage you said earlier on, not looking like it's affecting you far too much. So we'll wish you well. We'll hope to catch up here a little later on. So good luck, my friend.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys, and hopefully put on a good finish for you.
You guys are absolutely putting on a whale of a race, and we're going to be expecting a good finish, but we wouldn't expect anything less, Todd, out of these RTG guys now working lap number 58. The lights are out atop a DRTV pace fan, and look up front to our new race leader, Todd. He'll just give a collective woo as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, it's going to be Donnie Garrett, Jeff Crivello to make up your front row. Second row, Steve Ludy, Zach Freemau. Third row, Josh Metallic, David Day. Fourth row, Cy Jones, Sean Prime. Fifth row is Tony Fox and Dennis Chambers. We're coming out of 4 here, Phil. Pace Van getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn down the pit road. He's going to do so here in these cold conditions here. 41 degrees of mounds and mounds of snow, and some of it, I believe, is fluffy, as Fox did not get much damage from that snow this time by. But we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Green flag's in the air. Loud pedal is down. Donnie Garrett leads the advantage here, coming down the front straightaway. The 21 of Steve Ludy right there in tow. The 80 of Jeff Crivello still fighting side by side on the outside. Looks like Ludy's going to try to make it 3 wide, but he's not. He's going to think better of that. Coming into corner number 1, Donnie Garrett holds on to the top spot just barely as he slides up the track in front of Jeff Crivello. Crivello now right behind Donnie Garrett. Garrett takes over the lead down the back straightaway.
Yeah, listen to those engines rev, Todd, as they exit turn 2 and they let those things wind up. Here comes Zach Freemau, as we heard Josh Metallic just say, that third car in line gets such a great run off of these corners. And here comes Zach in that number 6. He was third in line. He's going to be past that number 80 of Jeff Crivello. That's going to put him in the runner-up spot. He'll bring David Day in the 5 alongside him. Now Zach's going to peek to the low side. He's going to look for the race lead alongside Donnie Garrett in turn 1.
Battle for the lead into turn 1 and in the middle of 1 and 2. It looks like the number 6 is Zach Freemau. Power move down to the inside. He's going to take over that top spot from the 77 to Donnie Garrett. Now coming under fire from the number 5, Mr. Excitement, David Day. David Day makes short work of the 77 to Donnie Garrett. Here comes Crivello, as it looks like Donnie Garrett stuck on the top side. Maybe be able to hold off now, Crivello, and hold off the charges. He's got the 015 of Sean Prime right there behind him, so that's going to push him back into that third spot. But Prime battling back with that 015 machine. He's trying to get inside this top 4, trying to get around Crivello.
Yeah, he's trying to work the high side. He's got help from Josh Metallic in the number 39. Sean Prime has found his way now back up into that 5th spot. Battle for the 4th spot. Now Sean going to come to the low side. A little high-low switch maneuver there. He's going to work alongside the Jeff Crivello machine. Put the 015 now up to the 4th spot. Here comes Josh Metallic, the 39. That's side by side for 4th in turn 3.
Yeah, side by side for 4th with well, it's actually for 5th, as now Metallic takes over that 5th spot from the number 80 of Crivello. Crivello falls back to the 6th position. David Day has been all over the rear bumper, the 6 of Zach Freemau up towards the front, and he's doing everything. It almost looks like one of the moves where Jeff Gordon gets behind the car, Phil, and I'm going to tell you, Jeff Gordon's famous for it, so isn't Dale Earnhardt. Get behind him, loosen him up a little bit, and then actually try to sneak on by him.
And famous words indeed. Have to keep an eye on to the front of the field. But look at the heavy hitters we have up front. Zach Freemau, David Day, Donnie Garrett, Sean Prime, Josh Metallic. You know, the best of the best out here on DRTV tonight over here at the Rolling Thunder Gaming Clan. Check them out, rollingthundergaming.com. All chasing that number 6 Ford off of turn number 4. Beautiful paint job of 2 slow graphics. Ford up in the race lead. David Day currently in that 2nd spot aboard the number 5. Sean Prime currently worked his way now back up to the 3rd spot in that RTG Chevrolet. Donnie Garrett and now Jeff Crivello. He's been able to make his way past the 39 of Josh Metallic. That is single file. Now a battle for the race lead in the back straightaway.
Yeah, David Day looked high momentarily, but here comes Sean Prime back down to the inside. He's seen David Day jump out of the line. He's going to take over the advantage here on the bottom side. Like Josh was saying, Phil, and we've said a couple times now, third truck in line gets one well of a run, and Prime is showing that right now as he's pulling up alongside the number 5 of David Day. Here comes Donnie Garrett helping Prime on the bottom side.
Yeah, that low side looks to be coming now with Donnie Garrett pushing that Sean Prime machine. Sean sliding up to that middle lane through turns number 1 and 2. He'll throw that wheel back to the left, throw it back to the low side. He's going to maintain 2nd in the race now for that 3rd spot. Donnie Garrett down low. David Day up to that high side in that number 5. Here comes Josh Metallic, a whole shot move up there through the high side. That's going to put him back in the 5th spot alongside Jeff Crivello.
Yeah, 39 to Josh Metallic trying to work some magic here in the later stage of this race. We are on lap number 65 as we flash by the line of 135 laps to go for the Happy Holidays 200, and it's been no less a great battle up here, Phil, throughout the whole field, that these guys are fighting side by side, and these guys jumping down the line, making a race. Looks like a real racy setup here this evening, and the 015 of Sean Prime now closed the gap on the 6 of Zach Freemau. Now that's going to be a battle for the lead. Freemau on the top side, Prime on the bottom side by side in the 3.
Side by side in the 3, Sean Prime to the low side. Looks like he's going to recapture the race lead as they exit turn number 4. Put Sean Prime back to that race lead at the start-finish line. 2/3 mark this time around. 66 of 100 here. The Happy Holidays 200 at Michigan International Speedway. And now we got 3 wide battle time. 3 wide to turn 1.
Yeah, 3 wide with Metallic sticking his nose way on the bottom side. He had a good run on the bottom, and he's going to be able to pull up alongside David Day. I'm not sure if that's going to cap off his momentum there on the back straightaway. He's trying to fight with David Day, but Fremont and Day on the top side as Day comes down, slams the door on Metallic. Now Day fights for the lead with Prime.
David Day all over the Sean Prime machine. Sean sliding up the racetrack off of turn number 4. David almost made the contact for the race leader. They're 3 wide for second. Josh Metallic down to the low side. Zach Fremont in the middle. David Day gets drop kicked out of line. Put him now back to the top 5 into turn 1.
Yeah, David Day now running 5th in the number 5. He's trying to battle back on the high side with the 39 of Josh Metallic. They are still side by side, but Donnie Garrett moves up to the 3rd spot. He had one whale of a move trying to get up through the field. Now back to 3rd. Zach Fremont in 2nd, and Sean Prime, your current race leader in that 015 machine.
Yeah, Sean Prime able to reclaim that race lead in the 015. Zach Fremont right there in his tire tracks aboard that number 6. 68 laps going up on the board this time around. See if we can't do a quick full field rundown here at lap number 68. Sean Prime is the race leader. Zach Fremont, the Nature Boy Donnie Garrett, Mr. Excitement David Day, Josh Metallic currently in that 5th spot. 6th is Carson Krenz, Jason Scheck is 7th, Dennis Chambers is 8th, Jeff Crivello 9th, Brian Otto is 10th, 11 through 15, David Lawson, Tony Fox, Jeff Gruber, Steve Looney, Brian Hogue currently in the 15th position, Terry Bauman is 16th, Terry Bombard 17th, Cyber Jones is 18th, Sean Lockyer is going to finish up 19th tonight. Looks like he's pulled the 115 behind the wall. 20th, Jeff Zupta. Not sure if he's still out there on the racetrack running. We've seen him in and out of the garage area 3 laps down aboard the number 11 on the first truck out of the event tonight was Wiley Cody in that number 20 machine. 21 truck started this Happy Holidays 200. About 2/3 the way through, going to hit lap 70 as they hit the line next time around. All chasing race leader Sean Prime, but Todd, the racing's been fast and furious around that 2nd position as they go to turn 3.
Yeah, it looks like Fremont right now holding on to 2nd, but the number 5 of David Day's tried to the high side. Now here comes Donnie Garrett back down to the bottom side. He's trying to get around David Day. He's going to make his way into 3rd, but Josh Metallic is coming too. In that number 39 machine, he's out on the bottom side of David Day. He almost tried to pull a twofer coming out of corner number 4 down the front straightaway, and I think he's going to be able to do so. Twofer deal for that number 39 machine. Put him in the 3rd.
Yeah, he had a good push from the number 103, Carson Krenz. He made a great move in that Chevrolet. Looks like Carson now is going to work his way into the top 5. He's underneath the 5 of David Day as they exit turn 2. Now that high side is going to fight back. And now a race for the race lead up to the front of the field, Todd. Here comes Josh Metallic down to the low side.
Zach Fremont drives down to the bottom side in the number 6 machine. David Day also driving real deep down into the bottom side with the number 5 machine. David Day right beside the number 39 of Josh Metallic. Battle for the lead still going on, though hot and heavy between the number 6 of Zach Fremont and 015 of Sean Prime coming down into corner number 1. David Day trying to stick it up through the middle there momentarily with the number 5.
Yeah, it's just crazy racing 2 wide around Michigan tonight. It's an awesome race it is making for some awesome pictures. We have less than 30 laps to go now. Just everybody looking for running room there in that high side. As we have a yellow flag on the speedway. Yellow flag for the 6th time tonight here on DRTV. Yellow flag, Fever now number 6, working lap number 71. The field sprinting its way back to the start-finish line. It looks like we will have, looks like Zach Fremont, Todd, is going to win the race to the start-finish line.
Yeah, Fremont won the race to the start-finish line, but I believe here at Rolling Thunder Gaming, the rule is the field freezes, and Fremont just barely had the advantage over Prime when the yellow flag flew. So it's going to be Fremont, Prime, David Day, Josh Metallic, Carson Krenz, Donnie Garrett, Jeff Crivello, Brian Ordo, Dennis Chambers, and David Lawson rounds out your top 10 right now. Running order for the Happy Holidays 200. Still looking through to see what happened on the field. I see a lot of smoke at the Michigan International Speedway, but not sure what happened there, Phil.
Looks like contact on the racetrack. Looks around where the 14 of Brian Hogue may have made some contact with the outside wall, and I believe we're ready to tell the tale of what happened. So, Rich, down to you in the control booth here. I believe you've got the replay all queued up.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eyes on the 14 and the 10 through this. 14 is going to come off the corner a little bit strong, push out towards the outside wall. The 10 is right there close with him. As the 14 bounces off the wall, he cuts right across the nose of the 10. Looks like it might have slipped the 10 up a little bit. They make contact again. They're playing tag down the backstretch. Next thing you know, they're both dancing simultaneously down the backstretch as well. Both of them burning up some rubber down the backstretch. Doesn't look like anybody else was involved. Doesn't look like anything really got hit too hard. Keeping our eyes on the 14 there. Obviously, he's coming to a stop now, but doesn't look like any major damage. Replace some flat spotted tires on both the 10 and the 14. I think will be good shape, but he's definitely pushing up off of that corner and bounced it off of that wall, guys.
All right, so under the yellow flag, unofficially, I think this may be number 6 tonight. Don't have the Sharpie here with me. I believe it's a 6 yellow flag of the night. Now working lap number 73 under the yellow flag. Pit road has been a busy place to 12th Odd Stanton. Looks like a lot of 2-tire pit stops on this end of pit road, but the big question I have now, working lap number 73, we've said the fuel window tonight is 23 to 25 laps under the green flag. But now the question I have to you is, can these guys save enough fuel from here on out to make it to the finish from here?
With the length of the caution laps, I think they can do so. Some of the guys that can really save fuel out there, a lot of these guys really good at conserving their fuel mileage. And I think with the length of the cautions, Phil, I think they can make it the rest of the way. And I mean, I may be going out on a limb. 23, 25 laps is going to put them right around lap 97, 98, right around that area. But I think you can save enough fuel from here on out.
And just seeing the YouTube chat box light up in there, I think my buddy 212 Todd Stanton incited a riot down there. Todd, I seen you post who's going to win. Let's pose that challenge to all our viewers out there. Who is going to win the Happy Holidays 200? And Todd, looks like we have a lot of votes down there for Sean Prime.
Yeah, there's a lot of votes coming for Sean Prime. I believe that's J-Rack down there. Yeah, indeed it is, from Safer Barrier Projects. He's out here watching. Welcome J-Rack and Randy Schneider out there, Jim Shorts out there. All these guys out there. Looks like Sean Prime is pretty much everybody on agreement so far. I see 3 guys for Sean Prime. I got to hear some more chat box. I know there's more people out there listening to this broadcast. Who else is going to who's going to win? Everybody can't just agree on Sean Prime.
Well, Todd, let's ask you the question then. You know, we see all the votes for Sean Prime coming into the YouTube chat box. I'm going to put you, Todd, under the spotlight here. I want your prediction. Hopefully you don't carry around that DRTV black cloud, but who's going to win the Happy Holidays 200?
Well, I'm looking through the field. It's pretty stout, Phil. But I'm trying to figure out who I think I'm going to pick. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm going to pick you. I just got to say I'm sorry first, but I'm going to pick Zach Freemount. Freemount's been fast all night long, but I think Zach has got what it takes. He's shown some muscle, and he can compete with Sean Prime. He's pulled some passes on the bottom side. He's pulled some high-low switches, and Prime's without third gear, and that hurts him. If there's going to be a late yellow, it's going to hurt him pretty bad.
Well, Rich, I know you're all queued up on buffalo wings and potato skins down there now. Nice full belly, at the control. So I'm going to put the same question out to you. Who's going to take the checkered flag here in 25 laps?
Yeah, I'm thinking Prime can pull it off. Like Todd said, if he doesn't have a late race caution, I don't think it'll hurt him too bad. Once he gets that truck wounded up, I think he's in great shape. He seems to be the strength of the field right now, even though he was running, damaged in third gear. David Day's been giving him some challenge up there along with Zach. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I'm still putting my money down on Sean.
I'm not too sure I could stray too much from that pick if I had to make one myself. I got to agree with Rich. I think if somebody, we know he knows how to find victory lane here on DRTV. He's such a great speedway racer when it comes to the drafting aspect like that. If I got to put the money out there, I think it's going to be on that RTG Chevrolet. Sean Prime too. Todd, I know you're getting killed down there in the chat box. So we've seen a lot of Sean Prime pop up. I mean, it looks like he's got a lot of fans down there tonight in that chat box.
He does. I'm getting booed. At least people are paying attention to me. Even if I'm getting booed or cheered, people are paying attention to me, and that's always the way I felt in real dirt track racing when I was racing at my local track. You guys are booing me, but if I'm right, I'm going to rub it in your face later, guys. So I'm telling you. But I also have my girlfriend who's been watching us broadcast here week in and week out. She had a pick too, and I'm going to say it on the air. She picked David Day. She doesn't watch much of the race here this evening, but she picked David Day to win. So David Day has a fan here tonight.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on the number 5 with David Day and monitor that progress. That was almost a trendy pickup here. We've seen David win here on DRTV just a week ago, but I can't stray too far from Rich on this one. Sean Primes looked to be the class of the field tonight here on these long runs, be able to find the way to the front of the field. And I'm trying to just go back through the memory bank here, Rich. I'm not sure we have this at our disposal, but all right, Sean Prime ran really good in this event a year ago.
Yeah, he did run very well in this event just a year ago, and it was something. This green flag is flying out there on the field. We're back to green flag racing down the front straightaway. A lot of the guys in the chat box saying it's going to be a field race, and a majority of the field's going to be about a half a lap short. We're going to have to just wait and see here as this unfolds right now. Back up front, it's Carvello in the lead with that number 80 machine. Running in that second spot is the number 33 of Tony Fox. Here comes Terry Bombard. David Day up through the middle in that number 5 machine. He almost made a 3 wide. He backed out of it. He thought better of it. And we're side by side from second on back, Phil.
Yeah, slam drafting from second on back. Zach Freeman was trying to run up through that inside line. He got a shove, and I mean a shove from the 77 of Donnie Garrett. I think it jarred Zach's teeth loose there, got the steering wheel all upset in his hand because he had to steer that thing back to the right to catch that thing. That was racing for about fourth on back. Double file now through turns number 1 and 2. One truck drop kick to that high side. Looks to be the 33 of Tony Fox that was up in that high lane. He restarted up among the ranks of the top 5. Now he's going to fall through the clutches of the outside of top 10. As here comes Sean Prime with some contact into turn 3. Another truck up the racetrack. Looked like it may have been the 10 of Terry Bombard. Looks like he may be around, and the yellow flag is on the speedway. Looks like there was 3 wide racing for about that 4th position, Rich. And this looks like, Todd, maybe just a 3 wide situation gone wrong, and it looks like it's going to be Terry Bombard in the number 10 who may have come out on the short end of that.
Yeah, I seen Bombard up next to the wall. Once you get up next to the wall, there's always something up there that's going to reach out and grab you. And Bombard went around. I'm not sure what happened or what happened afterwards, but tough break for the number 10 machine of Terry Bombard. These guys, Phil, you're looking up and down the field, and I think you can throw field strategy out the window now. And I think everybody can be in agreement that field strategy out the window now. But these guys were on different strategies. Some of these guys took 2 tires, some took 4, and you were seeing them slice and dice their way through. Some of these guys making extreme power moves like David Day, Zach Freeman, Sean Prime, Donnie Garrett. These guys were just flying up through the field when they restarted this race.
They were flying there in that restart. It just got crazy and hairy really, really quick. 2 and 3 wide racing there. We're getting down to the finishing touches of this one now. Working lap number 78, so just out of that 20 lap to go range. It's time to put yourself in position toward the front of the field, and all these guys doing that. As we said, Todd, fuel mileage may be out the window, but I'm looking toward pit road. Pit road looks to be a very, very busy place. We'll recap the pit stops here in just a minute, but I believe Mr. TV Time Rich Patton is ready with the DRTV replay. So, Rich, down to you in the booth.
Yeah, guys, we're going to keep our eyes on the number 10 of Terry Bombard. He's going to go into the corner. Everything's looking good. He's on the high side. Problem is what's about to happen. We're going to go ahead and play this out and let you see. Basically, Prime's going down low. That's going to put Donnie Garrett in the middle. Donnie Garrett goes up a little bit to give him more room. I'm not sure if anybody recognized that there, but the 10 was coming down to try to run his line in the corner as well. A little bit of contact between Donnie Garrett and Terry Bombard. That's going to send Terry up the track into the marbles a little bit. Gets a little bit loose. He's able to save it, keep it up against the wall. Everything looks fine, but anybody that runs around on these tracks know that getting off of that wall sometimes is not easy. Good thing about all this is Terry was able to keep it up on the high side of the track. Everybody else was able to get around him, but sometimes them walls get you, and when you get off of them, there's just no way to stop from coming around. You're in the marbles once you come off of them, and tough break for Terry. Good thing was nobody else else was involved. Doesn't look like he hit anything too solid, guys. Back up to you.
All right, so the yellow flag now. I believe this may be for the 7th time tonight. Unofficial math there, and hopefully I'm not incorrect here, but working lap number 79 under the yellow flag. Contact on the racetrack, 3 wide. The 10 of Terry Bombard set out in a spin, made some decent contact with the nose on the outside wall. And Todd, we've hit the nose at these high speeds at Michigan many, many times, and hopefully for the driver of the number 10, maybe, looks like there may be damage to the 10 machine. You can't imagine, Todd, from here that's not going to affect any of the aerodynamics, and that may relegate to the 10 machine back to the tail end of the field.
Yeah, it's going to be heavily damaged. The number 10 is going to be probably heavily damaged from that wreck, and it's a tough break for the number 10, Phil.
Well, we were talking here just a few minutes ago about that DRTV black cloud and, all the fans screaming in the chat box for our predictions to take this checkered flag tonight. And it looks like the bold prediction was the 015 of Sean Prime. So, Sean, it's Phil from DRTV. Looks like you were the benefactor of a DRTV black cloud tonight. You were the choice to hit victory lane. First of all, what's your thoughts on that, my friend?
Well, I'm still working eBay here, trying to find myself a third gear. If you notice, I've been missing third gear since the very first restart, so these cautions are killing me. I think the 77 just had a little, he got scared a little going 3 wide and he come up into the 10 there right above me. That got me thinking.
You say you're down third gear, and we have noticed on those restarts you're slow up to speed, but that thing seems to be a rocket ship when that thing gets back up to full song. And seeing how much the draft is playing to affect here tonight, looks like that third truck in the draft is really, really getting a good pull. How much do you think that's going to play to your advantage there, maybe being off the pace there on the restart before you get that thing up to full song and get the benefit of that good draft?
Well, I'll tell you what, you're right. It is all about the draft and working the draft, but I'll tell you, this is a hard work trying to give myself such a deficit and having to keep coming back through there. But I don't care where I finish, guys. It's been some great racing. I hope you're getting to enjoy it. It's been fun mixing it up with these guys. I've been absent a bunch lately, so I'm happy to be here tonight. And it's the only night I'll be here this week, unfortunately. But I'm having a blast, and however it ends. But we're going to see some more good racing before we're all said and done here.
Well, as always, Sean, it's great to catch up with you. If our YouTube chat box and Rich and myself, who I think have both claimed that to pick you to find victory lane tonight, this won't be the first time we talk to you tonight. But we'll let you get back to it. But, if we don't get to talk to you again, we hope to at least see you down there in the YouTube chat box and tuning in this week. And maybe you can join Rich down there for a plate of wings and some baked potatoes down there. So, Sean, as always, good to talk to you here once again. And good luck the rest of the night. We're all rooting for you.
Good talking to you guys too. It'll be a tall order, but it's going to be fun, and Merry Christmas to everybody, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't say more. Merry Christmas to you as well, and to everybody out there watching in the YouTube chat box tonight on DRTV, to watching anytime. So good to talk to Sean Prime. He's been so fast all night long, and you said, Todd, no third gear. How much do you think that maybe play to his advantage here as they get up to speed?
It's gonna hurt him. And looking up and down the field, look where Sean Prime starts, Phil. The 015 starts 10th here on this next restart. We are under 20 laps to go, and no third gear may make him fall back out of the clutches of some of the other things. So it's going to take him a little bit longer even now to try to get up through the field. So, you're going to restart with Tony Fox and Dennis Chambers up front. You've got David Lawson, Jason Scheck, who we haven't talked much about, Steve Looney, Brian Ordo, Jeff Groover. You got David Day, Jeff Corello, Sean Prime, Josh Metallic, Carson Krins, Terry Bauman, Cy Jones, Brian Hogue, Terry Bombard, Donnie Garrett, and Zach Freemau. They were going to restart in the 18th position in that number 6 machine. So Pace fan getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down to pit road, and hopefully for the final time here this evening, Phil. And we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Right now, it's going to be tough for some of these guys to get up through the field. And we're going to see some awesome maneuvers as green flag flies.
Yeah, the field definitely been shuffled up for this restart. Tony Fox and Dennis Chambers, the front row there. David Lawson, Jason Scheck, guys we have not seen toward the front of the field all night long. Also, Steve Looney is up there in the 21 in that top 5. The restart underway. The field is in turn number 1 and 2 now, working lap number 82. They're fanning off the back straightaway. 2, 3, maybe 4 wide. Steve Looney almost looked to make that 4 wide on the backstretch. He's going to get left on an island all by himself. The field's going to freight train him as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, Dennis Chambers now out to the lead in that number 110 machine. And here comes, Brian Ordo around in front of the field. He collects David Day. Big wreck, chaos down the front straightaway.
Chaos on the front straightaway, and maybe may see one driving through the fluffy snow, and it looked to be fluffy. It was definitely moving, but that's nonetheless going to put us under yellow flag again. Number 9 tonight here on DRTV. Great to have you all aboard here on the DRL Network tonight. A wild ride here under the yellow flag. We're gonna give Rich here a quick minute to get that screened out, get Todd, myself, a quick drink here and reset here for this wild finish that we have in our hands. We're gonna throw it to the NRT commercial. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds, and we'll get screened out with the DRTV replay. We'll be right back.
NRT Game Servers is your best option for your gaming development needs. State-of-the-art technology combined with some of the best voice talent and software out there, NRT gives a quality gaming experience. Dedicated to their craft, NRT provides quality product and services. Contact NRT Game Servers today at 828-212-4040 or at www.nrtservers.com today for a quality gaming experience.
And we're back live here at the RTG Happy Holidays 200 here at Michigan Speedway, a snow-covered track speedway. We're looking back at the review. We're going to keep our eyes on David Day. We might have to switch this out a little bit as we go, but just to give the race fans a heads up on what happened on that caution. Everything's looking pretty decent. The 71 does a little bit of a spin, gets a little bit loose on the rear end, it looks like, trying to avoid some damage. Next thing you know, he's going to come back across the 5 of David Day. That's going to make David Day have to check up and get his truck a little bit upset as well. Now he's spinning in the wrong direction, but tail slaps the wall. Everybody else looks like they're able to get around him a little bit. Day's trying to get that thing slowed down as quick as he can, smoking up them tires, meanwhile facing in the wrong direction. Kind of seeing everybody's coming at him. Meanwhile, we got one down here in the snow. Flip over there to see if we can get who that is. That's going to be Ordo, the 71, as the 71's going to go flying through the snow. Once again, that snow is heavy. You can't hardly see anything, just the roof of his truck and his tail fin. Looks like he's trying to get it jacked up and jacked around. So the snow appears to be a little bit fluffy down there. Not too many trucks involved, just a bunch of people checking up and a lot more smoke than probably needed to be. But that's what happens when you lock them up on pavement. Back up to you guys.
All right, under the yellow flag here, just outside of 15 laps to go, working lap number 84. As always, Rich, a great DRTV replay. I was riding along with the 21 of Steve Looney when that thing broke loose, and seeing him just disappear deep into the snow here at Michigan tonight. It was just an incredible view, and it's able to scan back now and see it for the first time on the DRTV replay. A couple of guys scattered up through the snow there. This is such a wild ride for a couple of these guys. And Todd, we've said it all night, the snow is definitely not a place you want to be, and this time it's claimed a couple of drivers.
Yeah, definitely claimed a couple of drivers down through the snow here this evening, and that's definitely not the place you want to be. There's either the wall or the snow. And you think the snow is fluffy, and it's definitely not, and that could hurt you just as much as the wall can here at the Michigan International Speedway for the Happy Holidays 200 for RollingThunderGaming.com. Right now, I'm going to reset your running order on lap 85 of 100 here. Dennis Chambers is your current race leader aboard the number 110. Jason Scheck running in that second spot, beautifully prepared, Die-Hard sponsored machine, and I've seen that truck quite a few years back in that number 17. So that's beautifully looking. 078 of Jeff Groover is running in that third spot. Fourth will be the 18 of David Lawson. Fifth is the 80 of Jeff Carvello. Carson Grins has worked his way up to 6 in the 103. The seventh place truck is the 39 of Josh Metallic. Eighth is the 33 of Tony Fox. 9th to 77 of Nature Boy Donnie Garrett. 10th will be the 21 of Steve Looney. 11th to 6 of Zach Freemouth. 12th to 10 of Terry Bombard. 13th to 14 of Brian Hogue. Cy Jones in the number 7. He is 14th. 015 of Sean Prime. He is back in 15th. 16th is David Day. 17th to 69 of Terry Bauman. 18th is the 71 of Brian Ordo. One lap down to the field is Jeff Crivello. Or not Jeff Crivello, excuse me, Jeff Zupka, aboard that number 11 machine. He is 19th. one lap down and retired from this event is Sean Locker and Wiley Cote. It rounds out your 21 car field, or 21 truck field, I should say. Going to have to put $2 in the pot here this evening. Truck, car, I can't get it right here. So, but there is trucks out there on the speedway. Am I correct, Phil, or is this a dream now?
Well, I see trucks, but what I see out there is the DRTV pace fan pacing the field, as he is each and every week here on every DRTV broadcast. This is the first of 4 nights here at RTG tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow night from the Daytona International Speedway, the Daytona Speed Freak Series. We'll be on the air live tomorrow night. Look out for the links are all posted over there at their website, drlnetwork.com. Also find DRL Network on Facebook. So much stuff we post there all the time, so check out all the broadcast links. Get your league on DRTV. Check out all the event packages we have over off the website. Newly redesigned, so much great stuff going on over at the DRL Network, the new home of DRTV. We're here tonight, the Happy Holidays 200 from Michigan. The lights are out atop a DRTV pace fan, but Todd, a developing situation from pit road, smoke billowing out of the engine. It looks like it was a Jeff Groover machine, the 078. He was slated to restart up amongst the ranks of the top 3, but he's on pit road. It looks like he's pulled that thing now behind the wall.
Yeah, engine issues. It looks like the header went on the 078 machine. He was running third, Phil, in that 078 machine at the time of that motor expiring, so tough break. So that's going to shake it up amongst the ranks once again. David Lawson now going to restart third, with Crivello restarting fourth. So these guys restarting one position a little bit better from third on back. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Prime, and just to update you guys on the picks, Prime right now restarting 12th. Zach Freemow restarting 9th, and you got David Day, he's restarting 13th. So any of the picks that I've seen out there, those are the restarts. Getting ready to go back to green flag, as I believe they're going to come up on 13 to go. Green flag is in the air. Loud pedal is down. Dennis Chambers got a good start there in that 110 machine. David Lawson in the 18 is going to follow suit. Right there to second. Jason Scheck is on the wrong end of the deal here. He is 3 wide there going into quarter number 1 there momentarily. Scheck stuck up on the top side in that number 17 machine. That leaves Crivello to third.
Yeah, Crivello to third. He almost looked to make it 3 wide in the turns number 1 and 2. Thought better of that. Pulled it back single file. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. Looks like it was Crivello. Maybe David Lawson made a little bit of slight contact, but he's done worse for the wear. He's going to look for the race leads to turns number 3 and 4. David Lawson at the low side looking to put himself to the race lead, Todd.
Lawson's going to capitalize. He takes himself into the race lead. Here comes Jason Scheck down to the bottom side. He wants second. He might pull a twofer down the front straightaway. One whale of a run coming into corner number 1. Give Scheck the lead coming into 1.
Yeah, Scheck will take that lead on the low side, but David Lawson's going to fight back on that high side. Dennis Chambers right behind them on the 110. Didn't know which way to go. He looked low, he looked high, looked to maybe put it through the middle. That really stalled the run of Carson Krenz, who was on the low side of the 103. He's now fallen back to the clutches of Jeff Crivello in the race for 4th, but they're still side by side for the race lead off of turn 4.
David Day and Zach Freemow, Sean Prime, these guys all charging to the front. They're going to be in the fray. We're 3 wide down the front straightaway. 4 wide. 4 wide with Crivello up through the middle. The number 81 whale of a run, and he is coming hard. And he's going to pull off the pass into turn number 1. Holy cow. For the number 80 of Jeff Crivello. Jason Scheck in the 3 wide. David Day loose dirt track into through number 2. Day's going to keep it righted, and no yellow flag, Phil. So an amazing run there, 4 wide down the front straightaway. That's all I can say.
Wow, just catch your breath there. Just a fantastic move there by Jeff Crivello, and Mr. Excitement David Day certainly made it exciting there through turns number 1 and 2. Lost the back end up into the outside wall, was able to keep that thing pointed in the right direction with 10 laps to go. At the start-finish line, we are down to the final 10 laps in this Happy Holidays 200. The complexion at the front of this field has totally changed now with Jeff Crivello with the race lead. Carson Krenz now finds himself in that runner-up spot. But here comes Zach Freemow, currently in that 3rd spot. He's going to look to the low side, looking for second, Todd, in the turn 3.
Yeah, Zach Freemow down on the bottom side in the number 6 with the 015 of Sean Prime pushing him. These guys came from around 13th position all the way back up through the field. We're coming up on 9 to go here. Zach Freemow now moves into second behind Crivello. Prime right now fighting side by side when the 103 of Carson Krenz. And then you have the number 11 machine, Zupka, he's coming back up through the field in the number 11, Phil, after 3 laps down. Here comes the 11-2 into the fray.
Yeah, he's found his way all the way back to the lead lap and now running in that number 4 spot as they exit turn 2. Everybody diving to that low side now, trying to protect the bottom up there. Jeff Crivello, Zach Freeman, they pulled that thing all the way to the low side off of turn 2. Sean Prime wasn't able to capitalize on that run, but here comes now Jeff Zupta in that red, white, and blue number 11. He's going to pull to the alongside of that 15 off of turn 4.
Yeah, they're fighting side by side down the front straightaway. Zupka going to move into that 3rd spot around the 015 of Sean Prime. Here comes Donnie Garrett firing down to the bottom side. He's seen that door open, and he's going to capitalize really quick on Sean Prime. Now move him into the 4th position. Prime trying to fight back on the high side. What an amazing race for that 4th spot now, Phil.
Yeah, intense race for the 4th spot. The Nature Boy, Donnie Garrett's got that 77 rolling on the low side. Looks like he's going to complete the pass on Sean Prime into turn 3. Here comes Jeff Zupta now, the 11. He was looking to try to make a pass around the Zach Freeman machine through turn number 3 and 4. He's had to think better of that. Now here comes Sean Prime. He's going to pull the 15 back to the low side, racing for 4th off at the corner.
Yeah, Prime's going to take over that 4th spot. Donnie Garrett moves back to 5th. Dave Lawson is in that 6th spot. Here comes the 6th of Zach Freeman. He's going to try low. Crivello comes down, shuts that door on the 6th of Freeman. Here comes the 11 of Zupta on the high side. He sees these guys playing cat and mouse games up front. Now he's going to take to the high side, and that number 11 machine down the back straightaway, but that's going to leave the door wide open for Sean Prime. Prime now going to capitalize on the bottom side going into 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the correct move for Jeff to make right there, but he's going to go for it. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. 93 will put 94 laps up on the board this time around. 6 laps to go at the stripe. Zupta lost all that momentum on the high side. He's going to allow that number 77 of Donnie Garrett now to the low side. Donnie put him up to that 4th spot. Now he's going to look for the 3rd spot. He's going to pull alongside the 15 of Sean Prime in turn 1.
Yeah, Donnie Garrett trying to pull alongside of the 015 of Sean Prime. Prime now trying to work to the top side because the 80 of Jeff Crivello is not giving up that bottom side. As you see, Crivello tries to block and tries to keep the number 6 of Zach Freeman behind him. It looks like Crivello slips up the track just a little bit, but then he drives back down the track, keeping Zach Freeman's momentum right behind him. So Freeman right now running in the 2nd spot. He's going to have to make a move, and I don't think he's going to be able to make it on the bottom side because Crivello trying to make over. Here comes the 015 of Sean Prime down to the inside of Freeman. He left the door open just for a split second. Now Freeman's going to slam the door.
Yeah, he slammed that door shut on the edges of turn 1. Sean had to lift out of the throttle, falling back in the line. Single file through most of the top 5 on back, all the way back to 5th place Carson Krenz, who's got that 103 perch to looking like a really, really solid finish tonight in this Happy Holidays 200 here at Michigan. 5 laps to go now at the line, all chasing the number 80 of Jeff Crivello. Zach Freeman's been glued to his bumper in that number 6. They're going to look to the low side. He's now going to peek to the high side. He'll fall back in line. Trying to hold that draft behind him is the 80 of Jeff Crivello. Here comes Sean Prime with a 15, slamming the door shut sideways. Wow, Todd, catch your breath here. It's going to be crazy here these last 5 laps.
Yeah, Crivello holding that bottom side. It looks like Freeman tries to get a run down to the bottom side and cannot. Crivello just slams the door, and then it looks like Prime gets a run on Freeman, and then Freeman slams the door. But now Crivello slips up the track. Here comes Freeman. Freeman's going to get beside him. There, side by side, coming on the floor, Phil.
Side by side for the race lead off of turn number 4. Maybe some slight contact there. The 80 getting out of shape, the 6 out of shape, and now the 80 and the 15 together. They're going to be around, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag.
Yeah, I believe it's going to bring out the yellow flag, but I think there's racing back, Phil. Looks like Zach Freeman is leading the race with Donnie Garrett running in that 2nd spot. The 39 is running 3rd. That is Josh Metallic. I believe they race back here to the finish as Zach Freeman down the back straightaway here to get this yellow flag, but Freeman coming into 3 in the number 80 of, the 77 of Donnie Garrett running in that 2nd spot, and Josh Metallic runs in 3rd. Looks like they're going to come back to get the yellow flag here, Phil. Zach Freeman getting the yellow flag with the number 77 of Donnie Garrett running 2nd. 3rd is the 39 of Josh Metallic. That's going to be 2 to go, and I believe that's going to be the end of the Happy Holidays 200, Phil.
Wow, just a wild finish there through the last 5 laps. I don't think we're going to see a restart from here with now 2 laps to go, or 3 laps to go at the line, rather, working now 98 of the 100. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Not quite sure we're going to get a restart from here. But if it's all settled from here, it looks like it's going to be the closer, Zach Freeman. He's going to find his way to victory lane here tonight in the Happy Holidays 200 aboard that number 6. But a great run for Donnie Garrett in the 77. He just kept himself in contention. Looks like he may bring that thing home in the runner-up spot tonight. Josh Metallic, he's going to finish up on the podium if this thing is to be an official race here in about 2 laps or so. The field is behind the DRTV pace fan now off of turn number 4. They'll get the popsicle sticks, 2 to go at the line. But before we even set that stage and maybe set up here, it looks like this may close the race from here on out. But let's start it down for the last time tonight for a DRTV replay to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton.
Yeah, guys, this was an interesting win. We had some trucks leave the pavement and quite some intense racing up front. So we're going to keep our eyes on the race leaders as they're coming out of the corners. It looks like the pass is being made by the 6. The 80 may have made a little bit of contact there. That upset the 6 a little bit. He's able to straighten it up. But on the way back down, Crivello wasn't sure if he saw the 15 of Prime down there or not. But they're going to make contact. That's going to send them all around. We're going to go ahead and switch to camera view here in a second because we're about to see a lot of problems going on. As you can see, we'll back this up just a little bit more. Meanwhile, Crivello is going to come back into the field. Right there on the front stretch, everybody's getting collected. The 69's in there. Looks like we've got the 103 of Carson Krenz way up in the air. The 14 is up in the air. 80 is up in the air. Big old mess. We've got a roof surfer of the 80 right there. Meanwhile, everybody's coming back down on the track. Let's go ahead and switch this back over. Going to try to keep this on Carson Krenz. Carson Krenz is definitely superior turtle roof surfing. I don't know if we've had that or if we've had it in a while, but that is a turtle in motion down the track, just refuses to get off his lid. Finally, he's able to get that car back on all 4, or that truck, I should say. But smoking motor, you know Carson's done for the night, but hats off to Carson Krenz for pulling off the surfing turtle. Back up to you guys.
The surfing turtle. Todd didn't know the surfing turtle was possible, especially in these snowing conditions here in Michigan.
Well, you can find a surfing turtle pretty much anywhere. When you find Rich, you'll find a surfing turtle. It's pretty much plain and simple. I think they follow him from Florida.
I'm not exactly sure how to follow that. As always, that's probably the 3rd time tonight Rich has just rendered us speechless up here in the booth. But looks like this one is going to be over. The DRTV pace fan underneath the flag stand. White flag up in the air, yellow flag condition. So this thing looks like it's indeed going to finish up tonight under the yellow flag. And 2 miles away will officially crown Zach Freeman the champion of his 2015 Happy Holidays 200 over here at Rolling Thunder Gaming. Donnie Garrett, Josh Metallic, Terry Bombard, Jeff Zupa looks to be unofficially the top 5 tonight. Tony Fox looks to finish up 6th. Jason Scheck 7th. David Day 8th. Steve Looney 9th. Cyber Jones will finish up in the 10th spot. Dennis Chambers 11th. David Lawson 12th. Brian Hogue 13th. Brian Orto 14th. Carson Krenz looks to finish up tonight 15th. Terry Bombard is going to finish up 16th. Sean Prime 17th. Jeff Crivello 18th. Jeff Gruber 19th. Sean Lockley are going to finish up 20th. And the final finisher tonight, 21st, will be Wiley Cody in that number 20. 21 truck started. But at the end of it all the smoke is settled here. The dust is cleared. And the snowman in that infield is going to be built. It's going to be Zach Freeman, Todd, to be tonight's big winner of the Happy Holidays 200.
And finally, Phil, somebody breaks the black cloud. Zach Freeman has broke the black cloud, and I finally picked somebody right. And everybody in chat box is saying it was a long shot, but I had faith in Zach Freeman, and he was going to break this black cloud of that's been hanging over my head every time I pick somebody. And what better way to do it? The Happy Holidays 200 for Zach Freeman, and great race for everybody. In fact, it could have been anybody's race there at the end, though. I do have to say that.
Well, it was terrific racing here. These guys at RTG really put on one whale of a race tonight, and just a big congratulations to all of them, and a big hats off to Terry and to Dave and to Sean over here. All the guys at RTG, they do so much work here. This is such a great series they do here on Monday nights, and the big hats off. And just It's for all the first-class hospitality they always give to us here at DRTV. Just so much appreciated that. But meanwhile, let's close up shop here and put into the top 3 here of our winners portion of the event here. The checkered flag is out. Zach Freemal officially will be the winner, followed by Donnie Garrett, and our third place finisher tonight will be the 39 of Josh Metallic. Josh, it's Phil again from DRTV. Do you have a copy?
I got you.
Josh able to bring that thing home in a third spot. It was a wild and crazy finish, but able to bring that thing on the podium. Your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I had someone on my ear. Can you say it one more time?
I said it was a wild and crazy finish there. Those last 2 or 3 laps, able to bring this thing home tonight in that third spot. What were you thinking behind the wheel?
Yeah, I lucked into that. I don't know what happened ahead of me, but the seas kind of parted, and I went from like 9th to 3rd in about 50 feet, it seemed like. And, you know, another lap or 2 maybe could have gotten up there, but like I said, that damage you get near the front, and it was just enough to hold you back. But Zach Erden, he was up there, and he was pretty dominant with a few other guys that were really strong, so a lot of fun. Too many wrecks, but when it was green, it was a whole lot of fun.
Well, Josh, it made for some really, really spectacular racing here for DRTV tonight. Just awesome job, all you guys out there. Just made for just a fantastic race, 2 and 3 wide all night long. So while we got you up here in the booth for the last time tonight, I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours to give a shout out to whoever you'd like here tonight live on DRTV.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Great broadcast every time. Look forward to watching them. Thanks to obviously Terry Bauman and Dave Cannon for putting this on, running this league, giving us a place to run so many nights a week. And a quick mention for the ECT's putting on a big race. If you go to their website, ECT Sim Racing, people like big speedways, super speedways, check that out. And quick shout out to my MSR admins, owners, Dave Lawson, Jason Sheck, and especially Tim. He would have liked to have run tonight, but had some stuff come up, and we're thinking of him. I was glad he could put a top 3 finish for one of us in this race. So that's really all I got to say about that. But yeah, it was a fun time, and looking forward to the next couple nights. I'll actually be a spectator tomorrow, but I'll be running Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, well, Josh, we look forward to it. Thanks again for a couple of words, and we'll catch up here again real soon. Can't wait to talk more to Josh Metallic here. We'll see a lot more of him over here in the next couple of days. But, no, Todd, I'm going to throw it down to you. I believe you caught up on our runner-up finisher tonight, and that's our good buddy, Mr. Donnie Garrett. So, Todd, down to you.
Yes, indeed. I've caught up with the driver out of Stephens Cities, Virginia. The Net 10 Otterbox sponsored Toyota, Donnie Garrett, the nature boy. Donnie. Woo! Boy, that was awesome there, Donnie. Great finish there at the end, and you had some adversities during the race, and not many people can chalk me up like that. But you had a lot of adversities to come through this race, and you had a couple of involvements in some of the wrecks, and you made your way to second. Tell us about what went on here this evening.
Well, I want to thank RTG for putting this thing on. Man, that was a nerve-wracking race. I was just trying to buy my time all night and stay in the right positions and just kind of get down there at the end, and just people kept making diving moves, and it was crazy out there. But hey, it was fun racing, and we come home second tonight. I did what I always do, just kind of hang there, and I seen them getting a little crazy up there in front of me for the lead, and I said, well, something's going to happen, and I didn't even force any issues, just stayed back there.
Well, you were strong all evening long, Donnie, and it was a great show that these guys put on at Rolling Thunder. And I know you're glad to be a part of this, but I know you got some people out there that you'd like to thank, and anybody out there watching in YouTube land.
Yeah, well, I'm not my usual self tonight. A great family of mine, the Shoemaker family, lost someone this week. Good friend of mine I grew up with.
we lost him this week, and so I'm racing for them tonight, and I was trying to get that win for him, but I guess second place will have to do. And I gotta say hi to my niece Stephanie. I told her next time I was interviewed by you guys, I'd tell her hi. So hi Stephanie, and we'll see you soon.
Well, we got to follow it up with one more big woo. Come on, let's hear it, Donnie.
Woo!
Oh, that's the driver who finished second place here tonight. The Nature Boy, Donnie Garrett, always a character down here to interview on DRTV. But I'm going to throw it down to the guy who broke my black cloud here tonight. And going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, for our winner, Zach Freemal.
Yeah, I made my way through the snow down here, pretty thick on this track, thanks J-Rock. But caught up with Zach Freemal. Zach, you won this thing in this snow pile. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, it's it's funny because it's 70 degrees here in New York, but in Michigan it looks like we got about 3 feet of snow sitting in the infield, but we didn't drive through it, so that's the key thing. It was a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, 10-4 about that. There was just a few tonight that were able to take their trucks through that snow. It doesn't look like anything seriously happened to them. So, not everybody got to play in the snow like they usually would think they would want to on this track. But hats off. Congratulations for the win, buddy. We're going to go ahead and give the floor to you, and go ahead and thank whoever got you here, and congratulations.
Well, first and foremost, this race was put on by, as I'm sure Terry and everybody else has told you, this race is put on by all the donations that everybody put in the kitty this year. So it's a big deal to be able to win. Birthday bash races, Christmas races. All the it's a who's who of who runs over here at RTG, and you got to thank all the guys at RTG, MSR, TNT, all the drivers that we have that are here week after week after week. And it can't be said enough that we've got a lot of really fast and really talented drivers over here, and they're the guys that make you better race after race. And we had some heated battles this year with Jesse Klein, Jeremy Jeffries on the truck side, and then on the aero side we had Jeff Zupta, Brian Schilling, Terry Ballman. I had to say Terry's name because he was giving me crap earlier, so I wanted to make sure I threw that in there for him. But, Prime, Metallic, David Day, and the list goes on and on. I'm not just trying to name those guys. We have so many talented drivers over here, and, without them, you don't get better unless you have competition around you that's really good. So, more than anything, I want to thank those guys. It's a lot of fun racing over here. It's like family over here. You make friends, and they don't go away, and that's the way that it should be. So another shout out to Terry, because this sharp blue 6 truck with 2 slow graphics on the sides, he painted this up, of course. He painted up our aero car, and it's been a really good season. It's been a lot of fun. So this is the way you want to end a night. Terry made mention earlier. He said, "Oh man, this has been a rough race. We've had a lot of cautions." So I figured with 18 to go, we'd figure out how to try to make it a little more exciting, and that's what we did.
Well, hats off to you once again. That was an outstanding job. I do have to admit that truck was looking pretty sharp. I was noticing it quite a lot on the camera tonight. But hats off to you. We're going to go ahead and throw it back up to the guys in the booth. And just so you know, Zach, you were picked by Too Tall Todd Stanton to be the winner of this event. And that usually doesn't go too well. Usually when he picks them a little bit early, they have some bad luck at some point. But you were able to spoil that black cloud tonight and pull home a win. So congratulations, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Rich, and I'm glad I didn't know about it because I would have been petrified. So, but yeah, thanks a lot to you guys too, DRTV, your whole Phil, Todd, everybody that you guys got working over there. You do a tremendous job, Rich, and we appreciate what you do for us. And God willing, hopefully we'll talk to you again Wednesday night, man.
All right, buddy. There you have it, race fans. Zach Freemal for the win tonight here in Michigan. Guys, back up to you in the booth.
All right, well, I'd like to just congratulate Zach, thank him for all the kind words here tonight, and congratulations to my broadcast partner, 212 Todd Stanton. Maybe, can we say it, the curse of the DRTV Black Cloud is maybe gone.
I'm hoping so, Phil. I'm hoping it's gone from over the top of my head. Usually, when I pick somebody, like everybody says, it ends. It doesn't end very well for them. And great race for the Rolling Thunder Gaming Group here. Can't wait to see the next 3 races they have in store for us over here, Phil. And it's going to be a great week. I have a great feeling about it. It's just these guys always put on an amazing show every time we come over and visit these guys at Rolling Thunder Gaming. It renders me speechless most of the time.
Well said. This is just night 1 of 4 we have on tap here this week. It's going to be great to hang out the entire week with all the guys over here at RTG and showcase all the awesome stuff that are going on this race tonight. Daytona tomorrow night, the RTR Speedway on Wednesday night, and wrapping up the week with the MSR Tally Challenge on Thursday. It's going to make for an awesome week of racing here. So pay attention to the website, drlracing.com. Check out all these guys, rollingthundergaming.com to get involved. And, on behalf of Mr. TV Time Rich Patton, my broadcast partner, Too Tall Todd Stanton, my name is Phil Lacasse. We'd like to thank you for watching tonight. We'll be back in 24 hours here with a live installment of DRTV Live on the DRL Network.